Oh yeah. Yeah, bye. Intense. Father, have mercy on us and in y'all body in times. It's gonna be a cold winter and we back like we never left. We was born for this. No, I can't half step. Nowadays I'm saying less. I had to fall back like I never left. Aki told me to kill it, so I had to double back like we never left. They say Messiah's coming. Gotta do these 10 commandments, for they blow them 7 trumpets. I straightened my life out. I'm back like I never left. Yasharala got body, so run and tell them all.
I'm back from hiatus, I took a break. I meditated, fasted, and prayed for the latter days. Declassified my gland and was sent to Isaiah's face. Ascended through dimensions and ended at heaven's gates. Was given vision, seeking repentance, wake up in sweats. Now my spirit lifted, you talk, I listen, now buried dead. Used to bang for the set, now we fight for the righteousness. Used to die over disrespect, now it's peace when the minds collect. Check it. I've been dying to my flesh, no pride in me, you get the flex. I'm gonna seek you into death, no lie in me, spirit attest. I've been fasting, I've been casting spirits off me, you can't fathom. This the anthem, if you question, it's the answer, Mr. AI. Oh, we talking practice, I've been active to this day, yeah. Battle all my sin and I'm more thankful I can say I'm back like I never left. Never turn my back, cause me and Aki was born for this. Oh yeah, back like we never left. Aki was born for this. No, I can't half step. Nowadays I'm saying less. I had to fall back like I never left. Aki told me to kill it, so I had to double back like we never left. They say Messiah's coming. Gotta do these 10 commandments, for they blow them 7 trumpets. I straightened my life out. I'm back like I never left. Yasharala got next, so run and tell them that. You know you on that narrow path when they scrutinize. Fringes all over my garments, that's my suit and tie. But my fringes don't mean nothing if I'm not a Jew inside. Life or death, sin or repentance, we gotta choose sides. They thought it was over when Yahshua was crucified. The tomb was empty, 3 days later he came back alive. To this day there hasn't been a greater sacrifice.
Oh wow.
In these tragic times, riding through the city with the Bible on the dashboard. Angels with me, I'm talking cherubim, I ain't paranoid. If I go my children straight, I need a pen for them. Put up on the block, nose, watching transform. Watchmen, we was born for this. In the spirit of Ezekiel, word to Nehemiah, we so hands on. 2 young lions from the deep to Virginia, y'all body in times. It's gonna be a cold winter, and we back like we never left. We was born for this. No, I can't half step. Nowadays I'm saying less. I had to fall back like I never left. Aki told me to kill it, so I had to double back like we never left. They say Messiah's coming. Gotta do these 10 commandments, for they blow them 7 trumpets. I straightened my life out. I'm back like I never left. Yasharala got next, so run and tell them that. Yeah, in terms, y'all body. That's y'all be coming to the end.
Hey.
Those days, we turning
Joy.
Get out the shop. Get out of here.
Well, can I just sweep up?
Nah, we ain't gonna have you doing no sweeping. You can count the money though.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Can she count the money, Myron? Good night. Hold on. You got the guns out tonight? You got the guns out? Oh my goodness. You paused. I hope you still there.
Yeah. It was like Shalom family.
Shalom.
What's going on?
Shalom.
What's going on, family?
Ain't nothing. Yeah.
Good to see you resting. Look like you on the couch.
Yeah. I'm over here, man. Kind of trying to stay. I gotta stay up. So I'm staying up, man. I try to rock out with y'all for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, brother. For real.
Man, no doubt.
What time you be getting started during the day, man?
I'll get up dumb early, man, like 2:30 in the morning. Before the roosters wake up. They cutting up their alarm clock.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
It's been a long time since I had to wake up that early, bro.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years, though, man. Big I can tell you, I've been doing it for up 10 years.
Yeah.
In fact, I was in Jersey. I was up top. I was getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning up there.
Yep. Wow. So your body on a whole different clock.
Whole different clock.
Yeah, man. I work down. I'm working up for waste management, going out to down to Brick City. I work down there out of the North Garage or Fairview by the bridge, by George Washington Bridge, by the G-Dub Bridge. We work work out in the city. So yeah, I've been doing this for years, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? At least for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Appreciate that life. For real.
No doubt. What's been good, everybody? Everybody good though?
As I know, everybody is great, bro.
No doubt.
That's definitely the expectation. You feel me?
So indeed.
Everybody's good, man. Just having some technical difficulty.
What's up? It's your mic, your speaker, or something like that?
I don't know. It keeps freezing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see our screen or something, Bob? It keeps locking up?
Yeah, it just keeps locking up, whatever. It's the fiber, and we have fiber. I have fiber, on fiber, so I don't know what the deal is.
Man, it's just the traffic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for every reason now, everybody on. For so many different reasons, it's yeah, man. Like,
live in 2020 though.
Yeah. My dude from PA, he gonna try to get on too.
Okay.
So he's the trooper, so he can't show himself.
Right.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought it was Peter somebody.
Ivan?
I thought it was Peter somebody from PA. You said from PA, I was going, Pete?
Yeah.
Sure.
I need somebody
to. Just it right here.
Yeah.
I am so thankful.
So we got my man Mickey, Big Ock Mickey in the house tonight.
Shalom, Mick. What's the deal?
Shalom. How you guys doing?
I can't complain, man.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
In the midst of, on the above ground to be in the midst of the living. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome. It's always a pleasure, man. Welcome.
Hey, Shalom, Howard Green. Johnny's husband. Shalom, Mark.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Shalom, Mark. What's going on?
How y'all doing, man?
All right. No doubt.
Going Haywood, Shalom, Haywood.
Now. Doing good, man. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Say what up, Putter? Say what's up? Say what up, everybody? What's the deal? Shalom.
Is it a he or she?
It's a boy. He said,
what's his name?
His name is Pusher.
Pusher
C.
That's
That's my buddy right here, man.
Pusher.
Little man. Yeah, man. Ty been running around all day, man. Ran around, got away from me, ran around outside for a hot minute, but got tired, ran back to the house.
We got these two big dogs like next door. And,
yeah.
In the backyard, it's like a hill, but it's a big piece of just like field for them to run around in.
Yeah.
And so the dude, man, he be throwing that frisbee. And just to watch them chase that joint, man, and then like jump up in the air and grab it with their mouth, and they just be hustling back to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I like big dogs, man. I like big dogs.
Every day, same time. Like while I'm teaching, I look out the window and I just see I see him out there working out.
Big dogs are the joint, man. I like big dogs.
These joints huge. They look like huskies.
Yeah. Okay.
They real, gentle though.
Shalom, everybody. Shalom. What up?
Mo.
Shalom,
Mo.
Shalom.
My man.
Wow.
Mo.
Thank you for joining tonight, man. Always a pleasure.
I appreciate inviting me, man. You know what I mean? First time on. First time you trying to work this whole Zoom thing. So me to me.
Yeah, man. It's all good. It's all good.
You know,
some of us don't have no choice.
The wife in the house, she the tech. She put me on everything.
No doubt.
That's how it works ultimately, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All praises, man. All praises. I'm glad you was able to make it.
Might not seem like a lot.
I appreciate it. I'm here at work, so every once in a while I might have to mute y'all out.
No doubt.
I didn't even see you outside.
I definitely appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Mo.
Hey, man, we ain't gonna stay before y'all long today, man. The shop, it's gonna be an abbreviated shop. I gotta hop on the road tomorrow, man. Like right after work, I gotta hop on the road and I'll make a trip to Richmond. So, I'm gonna be like Dez. I gotta get some sleep.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But nevertheless, man, it's an honor and a pleasure to be doing the barbershop with you guys again today. It wouldn't be the barbershop without you. So I definitely never take it lightly that you'll take time to just kick it with Pastor Kenny, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a joy.
No doubt. Always a pleasure.
No doubt.
I would say if I ain't working tomorrow, let me ride with y'all so I can come see my grandmama in Richmond. But hey,
you got some family in Richmond, huh?
yeah, I got family all over Virginia.
Okay, well that's good to know, man. I'm gonna have to take you up on that because then you could drive.
You could drive.
That's cool.
Yeah, you could drive. I mean, I don't mind turning over the wheel for real.
That's cool. And just let you know, I inherited some of Myron's driving habits. So,
well, Pastor Veronda, she might not want you behind the wheel. You have to inoculate her, put her under. Cause she trusts me and she still be like, yo.
Really?
For real. So, man, I hope y'all, so far this has been a profitable and a good week for everybody, man. This is always, one of the parts of the week that I look forward to, where I can come together with my brothers, man, and we could just chop it up and, iron sharpen iron and strengthen each other in the Most High and answer questions and whatever the case may be, as we prepare as soldiers and as brothers in the Most High. We know what's to come, and we know that our life goes far above and beyond this life that we've experienced so far. And so I'm one who truly believes that, what you do on earth is preparation for where you'll be. And so ultimately, man, I just so appreciate the Most High for, helping me turn my life around, man, and, being out there like that, and all types of opportunities for the enemy to sift me out, man, and take my life before I even knew what life meant. I give all praises to the Most High, man, for just, making it to 44 years old, having a wife, children, family, being able to experience, the good side of the Most High and not, being consumed by the judgment before my time. So, I just really, really thank the Most High. I'm talking about just for this day. I thank the Most High for this day, man. And I know y'all feel the same way.
Oh yeah. All praises to him.
So Haywood, man, I got a chance to meet you at the feast, and it was a pleasure to meet you, man. How things been going?
Oh man, I'm doing good. just, you know, my story, I'm just working. That's all I do, really. You know what I'm saying? Try to get free when I can. Be with the family. Right now, you know, I'm new to the truth. My story is I grew up in the church, Baptist church. And so it's like what brought me and Brianni together is just crazy because she grew up not with a lot of religious influence. But now these days and times, like she is like the veteran. and I'm like, I like just even like the lingo that y'all use is new to me. So I'm really like a baby, and it's just like my mind is just totally warped. So I'm just trying to navigate myself, taking what I thought I knew, trying to listen to my wife, who is like, who I thought I was, is who she really is.
No doubt.
So it's just crazy, you know, but I'm just glad to be here, man. I'm just soaking it in, trying to.
I mean, the fact that you here, bro.
Right.
Yeah, the fact that you here, you know what I mean, and you got questions and you seeking, and you're giving your wife a platform, you know, to share, you know, the truth of the gospel with you, man. That's a shout out to you. That's big ups to you. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's not normal. You know, where we find ourselves in these positions, but for you to even just, you know, just even look into it, man, and say, hey, you know what, let me entertain this thing, you know, the possibility of it all. You know, it's a big shout out to you, and all praise to the Most High, because you know, really it's not about us, you know, it's about the Most High and your relationship with him, and it's really just going deeper, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just going deeper. That's all. You know what I mean? The longer you spend time with somebody, you know, the deeper y'all go in knowledge of each other. And you know, if you're committed to that relationship, then the deeper your love grows, but they're growing pains. You understand? There can be no growth without growing pains. So, you know, different debates and arguments and, you know, not speaking and, you know, all of those kind of things come along with the territory, brother. So, you know, be encouraged that the Most High causes all things to work together for your good. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No, I really believe that, you know, credit should be, you know, credit and honor should be given to brothers like Haywood who are newly coming into the truth, because you could have shut it down, period, and said, you know what, I'm not with it. You know, what I was taught, what I grew up with, you know, was good enough for me, and I live and die for it. You know, and you can have that posture, but you know, there is something to humility and really just doing what you're doing, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I commend you, and I feel like, you know, brothers like you should be there should be some honor given to the, you know, the fact that you are even you know, looking to take that next step.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was stubborn, but I didn't want to be stupid, though. The truth is the truth, you know what I mean? So when I hear it, and it's just, you know, when I hear it coming from her, I can't deny it, you know what I mean?
And I actually had a quick moment, you know, when I was in Cary to meet her, you know, for the first time and chop it up, you know, with everybody, man. And she real cool, man. She passionate, but she cool, man. You know.
Yeah, that's the passionate is. Yeah, that's what's exactly what's in it. But she a blessing.
Yes, no doubt about it, man. And you know, I remember telling her before I left that day, man. I said, you know, right now she just keeping the seat warm for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when
I
I
appreciate that. Yeah.
When you get to where you need to be, you know what I'm saying? Then you know, she knows she got to slide over, and it's all good.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that you know, the time
that timing has everything to do with you and your relationship with the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all. But you here, and as long as you stay locked in, you know, or make a decision to stay in touch with the brother, and man, we not gonna let you fall, man. We gonna be here for you, for real.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I'm here. I appreciate it.
No doubt. No
All
doubt.
praises, man. Shalom, Mo.
Shalom, brother. Sorry, the mute button was disappeared on me.
It's a pleasure to meet you, man. My name is Pastor Kenny. My last name is Schools, just like a school with an S on the end.
No doubt.
And I'm from the DC area. Moved to Charlotte, you know, to do the work of the Most High. Had a lot of bumps and bruises and doubts and challenges, you know, along the way. But, you know, nevertheless, I'm here, man. An elementary school teacher within the, you know, the Charlotte city, Mecklenburg County, and the Most High has just ordered my steps, you know, from one step to the next. You know what I mean? So I'm just a humble brother, man, that, you know, just want to see brothers prosper, you know, properly, you know what I mean? Not based on, you know, the gimmicks that we was taught, you know what I mean, in religion.
Absolutely.
But truly, you know, taking ownership of who I am and who we are, and really just looking to do the will of the Most High. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I was invited here by Brother Myron. We knew each other when we was down with White Jesus, I say. Yeah, we've been knowing each other for a long time, man. I'm originally from Jersey, then I moved up to the Poconos. Actually, my wife was on, I guess, like a call with the ladies.
Last night.
Oh, that was yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, yesterday. So, you know, she told me about, you know, he invited me a while ago, but I work 3 to 11s at my job. So, you know, I really couldn't get on. And if y'all didn't hear, you know, I'm on a job, you know what I mean? Don't hate me. It's just
no, it's all good, man.
Hey, look, it's just a job. It ain't the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I let the Most High control my life. It ain't got nothing to do with this job. Trust me. I'm almost done anyway. I got 11 months left and then I retire. So, you know, I'm just trying to keep a low profile and get out of here, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually going to be trying to move down, you know, get a house down somewhere south, either South Carolina, Georgia, maybe Texas as far as I might go, but somewhere around that area, something like that.
Cool,
you know,
man.
so.
Cool, man.
And I've been in the truth for about maybe over 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
Yeah. We on the same wavelength then, because it's been about 6 years for myself.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, man, I mean, just the profession that you in and you know, the risk that you take on a daily basis, man, like, thank you.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. But, you know, the Most High really been taking care of me because, you know, my life is as bad as it's you know, it's gotten out here. He's always put me in a place where, you know, I'm pretty much covered. Like, you know, where I go is the light work. You get what I'm saying? I'm not around. I'm not really like in the hood. They put me. I get the good area. You know, really light work. So I'm not too concerned. You know what I'm saying? And I know that he got me. So, you know, for the most part, I just try to, you know, again, keep my nose clean. I tell everybody, I say, look, man, don't expect me to do too much. I'm blind in one eye, I can't see out the other. So unless you're doing something right in front of me, I ain't trying to see nothing right now.
I got you, brother. I got you. That's man. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm blind in one eye.
I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other.
Oh man, you mind if I use that?
Oh, use it. Go ahead, baby. It's all you.
No, no doubt, man. It's just you know, just the whole uniform and the narrative and everything that comes along with it. It's a lot to carry, man. That's, you know, regardless of, you know, light work or not, you know what I mean, the overall perspective and, you know, the ideology, you know, that's being promoted and things like that, man. You got to carry all of that daily.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But you know what's so crazy too, that I you know, even though it's bad out here, you know, like the way things are going, it's funny because I know how much our skin is hated, but sometimes even towards our own people, but you know, not as much. I still get love out here, like towards our own people, because you know, it's all for me. It's all about respect, man. I'm out here. I show these people respect. I show them love. I know people on first name basis, so I think that's a a crucial part in the whole thing of what we what we should be doing, man. Getting out here with the people and things like that. So I let them know, look, man, y'all people first. You know what I mean? Whatever you done is what you done. You doing what you do. Once I bag you and I got a job to do. Listen, man, I had a guy. This was probably like New Year's, and I used to talk to this fella, man. So he killed this other dude. They got into a fight, stabbed this dude, or whatever the case may be. And the crazy part is when I got him, and had him booked in and everything like that, and I was driving him down to the jail, and he was talking to me, and he was like, you know what, Officer Morton, man, you always been solid with me, man. He's like, I know I probably won't never see you again, but I'm gonna tell you, you're one of the good guys, man. And I mean, and it touched me. But then, it's coming from a murderer. But at the same time, it touched me. You know what I mean? He's still human. He was human enough to see that, I always been 100 with him. I always, just try to be, you know what I mean? Like, let him know that, yo, you still a person. It's still a person inside there. It's still, you know what I mean? Even though you done did some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. It's been a long road, you know what I mean? But it just is what it is, man. I'm just trying to be that change, man, for the most part, as much as I could be.
We and big ups to you for that. My uncle, he led that life, man, and it was rough on him, and he had bodies and stuff like that, and what was so crazy is you talk about that human piece, just being a person, as people in that life, man, it's like they live that life, but there's a part of them that don't want that life for the people that they love.
Oh, absolutely. Man, listen, I say all the time to when I see people, I say, I could have been you. I grew up in them same circumstances. I grew up in the projects. I've been around dope. I've been around dope dealers. I've been around it all. But it's a very thin line between what, especially in our culture, it's a very thin line on what side you're going to fall on. You know what I'm saying? It only takes just, one thing to make you say, you know what, I'm going to go out there and do whatever. It only takes one time for you to be super hungry and say, well, if I start selling this, I really don't have to worry about eating. So our situation is unique, man. And I just believe that if we weren't in some of the situations that we were or raised up in, a lot of these people are good people, bro. Let me tell you. A lot of people, listen, I grew up, like you said, you got family members. I got family members that was, high on drugs, selling dope, whatever. But some of them are some of the kindest people you ever known. But they hustle, they do whatever. You know what I mean? It just wasn't my thing. So I said,
Something wrong with his audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started fading just a little bit, Mo. You back?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. But you're right, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the environment. You know what I mean? And I think the more we take ownership of our environment. I used to work. It was funny. Like one of the things that we used to say. It was a long time ago on one of my jobs, and they used to tell us on the job, as it pertains to professionalism and doing your job and stuff, you protect your environment. You know what I'm saying? And the unfortunate thing is, our environment ultimately was infiltrated.
Absolutely.
Historically, our environment was infiltrated, and so we did not have the same opportunity to protect our environment that, other nations and other races of people have had to do the same thing. And so, when you kind of go to the genesis and you consider the source, of where we have come from and how things have come to be, You're right, man. You know, like it's the grace of the Most High and His mercy that even a murderer got a heart somewhere, somehow, some way that they, you know, in their own way, they got a heart.
Absolutely, man. And I think I thank the Most High because He give me eyes to see. You know, I've seen some evil. Trust me, I've seen some people that just you can't turn them. I've been around that too. You know, to the point I don't even try anymore. Like the Bible say, it's just like you know, let them be wicked. Let them go ahead and be wicked. You know what I mean? Yeah, let them be wicked still. So I pretty much, you know, I got that discernment where I could see still the heart of the man, whether he's done something or whatever the case may be. Because again, I see myself in a lot of people, man, and that's in situations, and I go, you know, that could be me.
Right.
That could be me. That could be my son. That could be anybody. So I thank the Most High that is not, and that I'm able to, you know, at least train up. I got 2 boys, you know what I mean, 2 black kids. So, you know, it's a little difficult out here in these streets, and I worry for their lives, but more than I worry for my own.
Right.
And you know, technically it should be the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So with that being said, like, you know, what would you say from your perspective is the overall temperature, you know, within law enforcement nowadays?
It's highly divided, if you ask me. I think that it's highly divided. You know, some people don't show their true colors, but even what they want to put it this way, you don't have to show me your true colors, but if you say I align myself with this belief, then that's part of your true colors. Because if you're aligning yourself with a person, you know, that, you know, goes for certain things, and what am I talking about? Like the president, you know, some things that he do or he's saying, you align yourself with it and say, well, you know, this, that, and the third. That's where the divide comes in. You know, I don't talk too much at work. I don't, because I'm truly like the minority. You know what I mean? So I don't talk too much politics or you know, quote unquote religion at work. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot more Esau than anything. You know what I mean? So but you can see the divide. You can truly see the divide, and also in the streets. You know, if I go,
Job's calling.
if we go out, you know, we do these things called, I don't know if you in other states it's called something else, but we do like DIFUS, where we do like removal of children if, you know, the parents are
unfit.
If the court orders that the child need to be removed because it's a dangerous household or somebody's gangbanging or drugs or whatever the case may be. And the way, when I go out, the way that I see, you know, that other officer, the other kind act when we out there is different, man. It's like, you know, I'm in the hood, I go, okay. And sometimes I'm in my own hood. Like I will go back in some of the places we I go to is my own hood. And, you know, he'll do stuff like we'll go to the projects and smash all of the it's late. He smashes all of the you know, the buttons on the alarms so that it'll ring everybody in the project's doorbell. And I go, why would you do that? Well, somebody gonna buzz us in. And I go, bro, you gotta have a little respect. First of all, you bringing heat on yourself. You get what I'm saying? There's only 2 of us out here, and then you want, you know, do something like that, whatever. But me, like, you know, I just don't look at those type of things as being respectful, or sometimes how they talk. And they know I don't have a problem with saying anything. Matter of fact, I don't go by that no snitching rule. I tell them all the time, and they hate it. I go, if you do anything in front of me that I want not to be, you know, good, and somebody got to come question me about it, I said, I'm gonna let you know right now. I tell all of, I've had a meeting, told all of them. I said, I'll tell y'all right now. I don't care what you call it. I'm snitching, I'm ratting, I'm crossing the line, the blue line, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing it. I say, because I don't love none of y'all in here more than I love my family.
But you know what, Mo? That's not to cut you off, but that's really a question that I had personally. That's very insightful, you know, for me, because my next question, you know, to you was going to be, you know, understanding the term fraternal order of the police. I was going to ask you, is it really a fraternity? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how does that work? Because so ultimately what I'm gathering from what you're saying, you know, is that, you know, yeah, it could be a fraternity of a brotherhood in which, you know, if you crooked, you crooked, or whatever the case may be. But it sounds like you have a choice.
Oh, it's a fraternity, but it depends on who you in bed with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? When I say like that, like we call it here, like, you know, some of the guys that I am cool with, that's not really in that, we call it the good old boys. We be like, I ain't in that good old boys club. You know, I'm not at the chief house. I'm not, you know, cleaning his pool and hanging out with him. And I don't know his wife personally or his kids, never seen him. You understand what I'm saying? And those are the guys that get the perks and all that other stuff. That's why we call it the good old boy club. I'm not even part of that. Never wanted to be part of that. I just want to do my job, man. I always want a partner that's going to do their job too. And like I said, a lot of them, you know, they respect me, but they know not to do nothing in front of me. Like, don't do nothing that's going to jeopardize you, because it ain't going to jeopardize me. I'm not going to let you do that. Because first of all, if you do something in front of me and expect me to lie for you, I don't go home to you every night. I don't tuck you in every night.
Right.
I got a wife and kids, bro. I'm gonna tell, and I don't got no problem with telling in front of your face. I ain't had you on the other side of the table. I'm gonna tell them everything. I don't even care.
I understand.
And but you know what? When you lay it flat like that, I'm not gonna say they respect it, but they respect it enough to be easy around you.
Right. I mean, because ultimately, you know what I'm saying. The goal is to do your job and not to be corrupt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you have to answer to the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's first and foremost, man. You know, I put the Most High and everything first and foremost because, like the young brother said that he was talking to earlier, Hayward, I think you said his name was.
Hayward, yeah.
You know, he don't know it. He said he didn't want to act stupid. You know, but at the same time, that wasn't stupidity. That was just a healthy fear, yeah. He knew it was in his spirit. He had a healthy fear, yeah. And everything that I do, you know, even when I do mess up, because I ain't perfect, I got a healthy fear, yeah. Like, oh, like, you know, like that feeling, like, you know, when you got them F's on your report card and you got to bring that report card home.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh man, I done messed this one up. You know what I mean? But
that conviction.
Yes. So with that'll stop you from doing a lot of things, even if it is something that may be stupid, may be wrong, or maybe not hurtful to anybody else, but it's still not right. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I think about that. I go, the Most High is watching me everywhere. It's funny that we saying this because I used to tell I told my wife this story last weekend. I said it's funny how you know, we as a people before this, when we was in Christianity or whatever, we used to think that Yah wasn't, you know, you don't think that he's not everywhere. You think he, but you don't really have it.
Uh-oh.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got hello?
Yeah, we with you.
Oh, my bad. My phone rang and I made a mistake and answered it. It was my son. But anyway, so I remember driving home every day from work and somebody had a big cross in their yard with a Jesus on it, like a sculpture type deal. And I used to be driving by playing my rap. I was heavy into the rap, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's got all types of, you name the words, it got the words in it, right? And when I get past it, I would turn my, I go, oh shoot, I'm getting ready to come up on that house with the big cross. And I would have more respect for that cross and that the fate, you know, the Jesus hanging on the cross or whatever. And I would turn my music down and wait till I get past, and then I turn my music back up. And I go, look how foolish that really was, because of the fact that, you know, Yah is seeing us. He's everywhere. So maybe some of the things that we think we do because we in his presence. And I believe that, like, I felt like, oh, I'm in the presence right now. You get what I'm saying? So I did things like turn my music down, but you got to remember, you always in his presence.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, so that's where that kick in there. We believe we could hide from him sometimes. We believe I could do this and get away. You know, it's been even with times, you know, you would do something and say, like, you know, I've been in the habit of, you know, praying and reading my Bible, but when I do something, my way of hiding used to be, oh, I'm not going to pray. I'm not going to say nothing to him, because then I'm going to have to, you know, it's like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm going to have
to confess.
what I did, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I've had brothers. I've heard people say that, like, you know, man, don't even. I had a brother at my job that would tell me, you know, let me know when you about to start spitting the word, because, you know, I want the opportunity to either reject, you know, like I want the opportunity to close my ears, because I know if I hear it, I'm gonna be accountable.
Be accountable for it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've heard say that. I've heard people say the same
You've heard
thing.
that? You've heard that before?
They was like, I had actually a couple of people say, you know, if you come in with that, you know, let me know so I can kind of close my ears to it or walk out, because I know if I hear it, I'm accountable.
Yeah.
Well, we accountable anyway.
We're accountable anyway.
Listen,
right. Accountable regardless.
Regardless. That's why I used to tell people, man, I'd be like, listen, man, whether you want to acknowledge or not, acknowledge it or not, we in a war for our soul. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So either, you know what I'm saying, you can just continue to let them punch you in the mouth, you know, or you could put your hands up and defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change the idea or the fact that, you know, you in a fight.
Yeah. It was just like the same people that the same brothers that they don't want to hear that Israel, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the narrative has not changed. You still Israel, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. You still Israel.
Right.
Listen, the word never stopped calling us Israel, even when we were wicked. He just said Judah is stiff-necked. Judah, I mean, we were being wicked. We were not listening, but he never stopped calling us Judah.
Right.
He never stopped calling us Israel.
Nope, not at
all. And you know, gave us another covenant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Gave us another opportunity to rectify, you know, what our fathers did, man. And so that's why I say, man, you know, like, to me, the greatest weapon, you know, that we have against this world system, you know, that we live in, that uses religion and education, and, you know, even now, you know, the fraternal order, the police at times, is our acknowledgement of who he is, and our thankfulness, you know, for where we are, regardless or in spite of what we've experienced, or, you know, historically what has happened. Just the opportunity to thank him. You know what I mean? It's such a weapon. You know what I mean? Because it's a signification of humility and submission and the acknowledgement, you know, that goes beyond yourself when we're living in a world and a system that promotes self and do as thou wilt, you know, as the mantra of success.
Absolutely.
I mean, that actually goes into a little bit of what I wanted to talk about tonight. You know, but I definitely got some more questions for you, Haywood, because I know, you know, a lot of us know how it is to, you know, have to make that transition. And it's not an easy transition because of the development of the mind. You know what I mean? The mind is such a powerful thing. And, you know, when we understand, you know, on this side that everything from the cradle to the grave, if you don't wake up to the things of the Most High, is really just social engineering. It's a narrative, you know what I mean, that's being promoted specifically to you. You understand? Because the same narrative for you is not the same narrative for Esau. You know what I mean? Like they have a totally different way of life, a totally different system, different standards and codes and morals and things like that that they live by, that is well respected, you know. And so if we don't understand who we are and our heritage and our identity, then, you know, we're like a ship without a sail. And, you know, I was talking to the family the other night. And so, for example, I was watching, it's hard for me to watch the NBA. It's hard for me to watch basketball. Not because I don't, you know, really like the sport, but because of all of the social engineering around dribbling a basketball and putting it in the hoop. I'm talking about from the Black Lives Matter, you know, to when you look at the commercials, men kissing, you know what I mean, transvestites all in your face, you know what I mean? And I looked at that and it made it hard for me to watch basketball. But then the other night, man, I was just checking the score, you know, on a football game, and I started watching the commercials. And when you're watching football and you look at the commercials are very family oriented, you know, husbands and wives, Chevy commercials, family vehicles being promoted, you know, it's a totally different narrative that's being promoted, because when you look at football, it's the highest money making sport in the world. And the people that support financially are that middle to upper class white man or white family. You understand what I'm saying? And so I was just like, golly, like just the commercials alone, the difference between the two sports, understanding that, you know, the NBA promotes or is more of a solicitation to our Black men and women. I was like, yo, like, this is wrong. This is crazy. This is madness, because what I seen in that is in football, the promotion of family amongst the middle class to upper white people, right? But then what I see in the NBA commercials is the destruction of family. So
why do you think that? Like, what differentiates the two, though?
Oh man, where do I start? Well, for one, they don't want us to multiply. You know, they don't want us to progress. So, you know, promoting the homosexuality, the transgender, and all of those things like that is a form of birth control.
No, but I mean, like between football and basketball, because you know that's basically a dominated sport by our people, both.
Yes, but the ownership is different. So, like, for example, when you look at football, you don't see none of us owning a team. You know what I'm saying? Where the real money and the real decisions are, you know what I'm saying? You see none of us. Whereas in basketball, when it comes to business, when it comes to ownership, when it comes to authority, they're a little more open to it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to us. So it's almost like an exchange. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting that ownership. You're getting that notoriety, but you're sacrificing your family and your community at the same time. Through the narrative, you know what I mean? So, you know, everybody, football or basketball, you are the $40 million slave.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the consistent part, you know, of it, you know. However, the way it's marketed, the social engineering that comes along with it, making sure that you watch your money and who you look at to be the money makers, you know. Yeah, football, we predominantly, you know, run the sport, but literally we run the sport, not financially, not ownership wise or anything like that. You talk about being in the field.
Yeah.
You know, I guess in thinking about it and answering your question now, I guess it's the difference between, you know, the NBA being the house Negro and the NFL being the field Negro.
Right.
Nevertheless, you're still a Negro.
Right. Yep, I can see that.
Yeah, nevertheless.
Yep.
Yeah, I never really thought about it that way, but yeah.
You know. But you know, it's one of those things, man, that, you know, we're in this world, and we're trying to figure out how we're still trying to figure out how to navigate it. You know what I'm saying? Like like for me, you know, before I came into the knowledge of the truth, I had no idea of truly how to navigate this world system. Whereas, you know, now being in the truth, I know how to navigate it, but it doesn't negate the fact that it's a challenge. It's still a challenge.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's a challenge because you're you know, the scriptures talk about the world loves its own. You see what I'm saying? So now in the truth and having the spirit of the Most High, knowing exactly who you are now and whose you are, again, you become the small fish in a big pond. You know what I'm saying? And the world loves it. The world loves its own. You know what I mean? We're not of this world. You know what I mean? We're the aliens. We're the pilgrims in a strange land. You know, you're constantly, in essence, you know, naturally speaking, you're constantly, you know, walking up the mountain, if you will. You know what I mean? While everybody else is kind of, you know, skiing down the mountain.
That's an excellent point you make, Marvin. So let me go to Haywood for a second. Do you, when Marvin said that, you know, we're not of this world, do you understand like what he's saying and why he's saying it?
I definitely do. It goes along with a lot of the things you're saying about like the engineering, that the way that everything is set up to make us think a certain way. Because, you know, we start off with close to nothing. I don't know how y'all were raised. I mean, not raised, but your lifestyle coming up. But I was poor. And so you come up, you thinking what you see is like work to get what you want. So you can have what you want. So you be able to get this, whatever you want, thinking about yourself. And then when you realize that it's not about you, you submit first to get what you want. I mean, it's like the stumbling blocks in a way. Just another stumbling block to keep you from getting there.
That's right. So, you know, like a lot of times, you know, I don't like to take for granted that, you know, as we're talking, because I know you mentioned earlier that some of the lingo and the things that we use or some of the things we might say, I know you were talking more so about the Hebrew, you know, but at the same time, you know, when, you know, I guess when I came into the truth, man, like that's when I understood really what it means that, you know, I'm not of this world. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm in it, I'm not of it. You know what I mean? And it took me coming into the knowledge of the truth to understand that. But even that alone, it still took time to grasp the idea and to, you know, learn how to put that into practice. You know, learning what to deny, you know, learning what to accept, you know, because, you know, coming into the knowledge of the Most High and living for Him, I found that it's a pleasure, man. That it's wonderful. That it's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I think about the Most High, I turn up. You know what I'm saying? You know, whereas growing up, you know, it was like in Christianity, you know, oh man, well, you know, like it's not gonna be fun living for God. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you thinking about all of the things that you lose and you're not gonna be able to do, you know, versus all of the things that you gain in actuality. You know, so it wasn't really until I understood the truth about myself and about, you know, whom the world calls God and Jesus Christ, that I was like, wow, this is dope.
Right. That's one of the things I noticed, honestly, being around y'all, was how the men praise and worship. That's one of the things I noticed immediately, the joy in it. I think about David, how he was like a soldier, like the soldier, that guy.
Right.
Praise and worship, he danced till his clothes come off. You like him?
Yeah.
And it's just a testament to what I saw.
Yeah.
So when you start putting things together with what you read and then what you see, like y'all evidence of that. Y'all were evidence of that to me. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you noticed that, brother, because that's what keeps us nearer to the Most High. It keeps us learning about Him and being open to Him is the vulnerability.
Right.
You know, we've been taught don't be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Another stumbling block, and that's like, it's exactly right. It's a black man being vulnerable where?
Right.
But like you just said, that's what.
Yes, I mean you said it because you was like, you know, in one instance, David to take your head off.
Right.
But then you see him on the Shabbat, and he vulnerable to the Most High.
Right.
He make no punks, right? He ain't make no punks out here.
No sir.
Right. Exactly.
That's right.
No, sir.
Exactly.
My
Either way,
favorite,
emotionally or when it came to getting down.
my favorite was at the gate. I'm so terrible with names. When he was at the gate and they were trying to sell stuff to them through the gate on the Shabbat.
Nehemiah.
And he said, "Look, man, you come back to this gate again, I'm gonna have to put these hands on you." And I said, "Tell me that ain't black. I don't know white people talk."
Right.
Fact.
We can relate.
You talking about that, big bro?
Yes, he was.
No doubt.
Yep.
No doubt.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, even when you go into the covenant, you know what I'm saying, and you look at the sacrifices that we had to make, even as it pertained to our food and our meals. And it was like, man, put some flour on that. You know what I'm saying? Put it in some oil and fry it up.
Fry it up.
See, hey, where that salt? Don't forget the salt.
Right. Get the salt.
Don't forget that pepper,
Absolutely.
And then
even the Most High said it was a good scent to his nose, like you scent it up and the way that it smelled, and that's how we even respond when we smell some good fried chicken or something. You get what I'm saying? And kind of like get this, like, oh, it's euphoria.
Yes, sir. Because it's us.
They said they're getting busy over there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what. It's a sign to him that we getting busy for him down here.
That's right. We celebrating his goodness and we celebrate over the food. You know what I'm saying? And then Mo, when you look at Esau and you look at his characteristics, Genesis manner of people. You know what I mean? And you seeing how they was down with the blood and in their meat.
Oh man, absolutely, bro. I say that all the time. I go, man, you can tell the division between us because we as black folk, we like everything burnt. We don't want no blood and nothing. You get what I'm saying? We need a lot of flavor. You get what I'm saying? Yep. They'll go bland. They'll go. Look, I got a sergeant here who says, "Oh, all you got to do, I like my steak. Just knock the horns off now and wipe his butt and serve it to me." And I go, "Come on, bro, I can't."
Hey, listen, I used to work at Red Lobster, and the Red Lobster I worked at was in the hood, bro. And so
I say Red Lobster ain't.
Yeah, right. Everybody ordered their meat. They ordered well done. And it was one night I was waiting at the table, and this black dude, he was like, I said, "How you want your steak cooked?" And in my mind, I already know you want it well done. I'm starting to write down the W for well. You know what I'm saying? and this Bama said, he said rare.
Wow.
No, you listen.
I looked at him like he was crazy. What? I was like, he must be a vampire or a devil worshiper or something.
No, listen. It's a couple of us out here, but they just like what the meat is. They rare.
Like the meat they eat.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's like that. But our true soul is just like the bite. Listen, when I was in Christianity, and just going back a little bit, you know, I always feel like now I hold myself more accountable than I did in Christianity. You know, like for the brother Hayward, like you were saying earlier, you know, he can see the difference in us, but it's something when we know who our real Father is. You get what I'm saying? Like when we know who we are under our real Father. It's like, you know, I always tell the young boys that I be talking to, I say, look, man, I said, once you find out you're the son of a king, you start acting like a prince. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't into no foolishness no more. It ain't even about how you look no more or nothing like that. You start thinking like a prince. You start going, yo, you know what? I don't need to be out here wilding like the peasants, because I'm a prince.
Right.
Right.
Hey, Myron, where you find this brother at, man? He preaching my soul. He preaching my soul happy right now.
Nah, listen. All praises to the Most High. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because I'm just so, I'm so happy, man, that I got into this truth, man. Because again, when I was in Christianity, bro, it was nothing to just, keep doing the same sins and going back to the altar and not holding myself accountable. But once I found out who I was and my true identity, I'm like, yo, that ain't even me no more. That's
a whole nother level.
Whole nother level, bro.
Whole nother level of conviction. I mean, it's like a scary conviction. It's like you feel it, man. It's like you feel it in your core being, man. Like I gotta get right. I gotta get right now, like fast.
But you know what's so crazy about that? You know, the words say that he'll never burden us, right? His burden is light, right? And we thought the burden of Christianity was light, but that was actually a heavy burden. It's easier for me to walk this walk than it was with Christianity.
Yes.
It is so much easier for me.
Yes.
Because I have a place now. Before I didn't have a place at the table. I was serving.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's how I felt. We were serving. We were the people that were serving all the time. We didn't know we really had a place at the table.
That's right.
It was your table.
It was your table.
Yeah, it's our table.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, he said it's already prepared for you.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
23.
He said it's already prepared for you. And it's for you, just like the scripture says. He made the world for our sakes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So now we just have to, do our part. And like you said, Mo, it's actually it's simpler than it was in Christianity. You know what I mean? Because in Christianity, you were kind of on the outside looking in. Now it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? And your preparation for the kingdom.
It's one of those things. It kind of feel like too. In Christianity, you were, like you said, you were kind of like on the outside, right? So you were pretending. But now, when you know the truth, you don't have to pretend no more. I don't have to pretend to be in. I don't have to pretend to, it's just for me, as I reflect back on my old self, I realized it was a lot of pretending in there. I don't have to do that no more.
Right.
I'm a son of the Most High. Like, this is not. I never thought that before. I didn't. Sometimes, even though you in Christianity, you don't think you don't even think he love you.
Right. I've been there, bro. Trust me.
But now it's like, wow. I know for a fact. Look. Now I know what we did wrong. I know that I know where we at. Anytime I got a question about anything and I resort back to that word, and that word always ring true.
Yes.
Always ring true.
Yes.
And it takes that same burden that it makes the burden light. I go, hey, look, we out here wilding because of this. I understand why.
Exactly.
Right.
What allows you to have empathy for those that don't understand?
Right.
Exactly right.
Exactly right.
Yep.
My wife used to get mad all the time and say, oh, them brothers will never come around. And I go, look, we was once dumb.
That's right.
We were once dumb. I'm 40. I don't want to say how old I am because then y'all going to make me the elder.
Yo, Mo, I'm older than you, bro, okay?
Well, I'm 46 years old, bro. Like, I'm 46. And I'm like, literally, I came into this walk 6 years ago. So I'm like, what if I would have died before I made it to 40?
Right.
Oh, wow.
That was the plan they had.
Huh?
That's the way they wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if I sound zealous to y'all, man, it's just because, man, I feel like I'm in a good space, man. I'm happy, man. I'm finding brothers. This thing is growing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and
it's contagious, bro.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. I'll tell y'all what too. Like, I don't know if this is the same for y'all, but once y'all got into the truth, did you start loving your brothers or just loving your people, period?
Yeah.
More
Yes.
than you ever had?
Absolutely. I'm holding. Hey, listen.
To the fifth power.
Hey, Myron, what I say? I like I hold doors for my black men.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm going into the gas station or I'm going into the store where you got to open up a door and I see my brother coming, man, I step to the side and hold the door open for him.
Hold the door open.
No doubt.
And they be
No
looking,
doubt.
they be looking crazy. They be looking like, thanks, bro. And I be like, don't mention it. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because like you said, Mo, we learned that when you learn that your father is a king, you start to live like a prince. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing of, you know, even the understanding what our Mashiach really looked like, just all the way down to his physical appearance. You know, I always ask the question, if we really knew that he looked like us, would we be so quick to murder our brothers? You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, Esau can walk through your neighborhood, even a condemned neighborhood that's on its way to regentrification, and you see a white lady walking her dog, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You almost part like the Red Sea. You know not to touch her.
Boy,
you understand what I'm saying?
Language. You are speaking my language.
You feel me? So like, you know, when I thought about that, I was just like, wow, it really does matter, you know, what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? Because the level of respect and honor that we give to our enemies, we would actually be giving it to ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? Which would preserve life in our communities. And, you know, another thing that you said that I didn't want to lose my thought on is just that the fact that, you know, coming from Christianity to the truth is, and this is for you too, Hayward, you know, the blood of Jesus was a metaphor in Christianity. But in the truth, it's a reality that our Lord sprang out of the tribe of Judah. You know what I mean? So his blood that was shed for our sin, it's literal now. It's a reality. It's real. It's like literally the same blood that is running through your veins was the same blood that was shed on that tree. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you know, no wonder, you know, they want to mess with our DNA. No wonder it's biological and chemical warfare, and their weapons, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, because they understand the blood is no longer metaphorical, but it's a reality.
The reality.
Taking our organs and all that, man. Harvesting our organs, everything.
That's how bad they
I gotta get off my joint, man, and say, you wanna donate your organs? No.
That's how bad they need us, Des.
Right.
Man.
You understand what I'm saying? Like today, I was filling out, you know, to change my license, the address on my license, and they ask you that same question that they normally do. You know, do you want to be a donor? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, man, we've donated
enough.
enough. I mean, like on mine, it already shows up with a red X, because I've never, you know, seen that as, you know, something that made sense to me. But because I was just like, if you a donor and you don't fix that, if you ever in a situation where you in an accident or a life and death situation, they not gonna save you because they want your organs.
They want your organs.
Because they got to save little Billy or somebody. Listen, half the time it ain't going towards nobody, you know, probably towards us. You get what I'm saying? We low on the list to get something.
That's right.
You know? So I feel you on that. I actually took mine's off. I used to have it on there. And then, you know, when I woke up to the truth, I was like, I'm taking everybody part with me.
Yeah, you hip. You hip to the song. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, this whole narrative of that, because I have a cousin that's what do you call it, diabetic, to the point where he needs a kidney, and he's on this list, and I'm like, you know, the list is really only for us. We the ones on the list. I don't care how much St. Jude and all these commercials promote You know what I'm saying? That there's a list for this and this organ and that organ. Yo, as much as they done took from us and organ harvesting, like Dez was saying, they ain't on no list. They get everything that they need. You know what I'm saying? And we the only ones on the list waiting for kidneys, waiting for hearts. And
Yeah, because listen, just as many people is finding out illnesses and needing parts, that many people are dying a day. Y'all know how to supply. He know how to make the system work. You understand what I'm saying? So, like you said, we be on a long waiting list. Everybody else don't have to really probably wait.
In fact,
It comes to them. But you know what though? Like, I know you brothers are true believers like I'm a true believer, man. Things is finna turn around, man. I'm happy. I'm waiting.
It's turning. You're absolutely right. It's turning.
I am super excited, bro. You don't even understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's turning around as we speak. I was talking to Josh and Myron. Even though it's on us, it's not at the same level as what we're doing, obviously, because we in the truth. But I've noticed how these cats are standing up, cold against this guy Black. He spoke a lot of stuff against our people, and he's been doing a lot of ill stuff, man. Like just taking advantage of our culture, not giving back.
The dude from Vlad TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he what is he? He Jewish or something? No, he's not Jewish.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah. He Jewish.
Ashkenaz.
Yeah, no doubt about
Synagogue of Satan.
No doubt. Revelation 2:9-3 now.
Yep.
Yes,
what you call it? So you got Lord Jamal, Godfrey, a couple other guys. Like I said, they're not in the truth. But man, it'd be amazing. The cast was hip to that and know who we. Cause I believe they know who we are. What's up, Bach Frank? They see you like a couple minutes ago at the house, huh? Dropping us some sea moss, big old jar of sea moss.
We almost finished with ours, Frank.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Rhonda been crushing it.
Go once, go twice, so.
Y'all be doing the sea moss too. My wife be making smoothies and everything.
Yeah. I have it with my coffee in the morning. I mix it with my coffee and I'm gone.
The elderberry.
J.O.
Elderberry,
the oregano.
But you call it, man, be dope. If man, I'm most high leave. Continue to lift it up in prayer. Cats is getting together. I've seen the Josh in my. I was like, man, cats will wake up. Most high will crack that sky today.
Yeah,
boy. What I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just pray our people get it together, man. Get on one accord. Get off this Kemet and
that's why he said, if my people shall humble themselves and call on my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they finding out, you know what I'm saying? And this is how the Most High work. This is what's so crazy about it is, even those, Kemetic people and, your Pan-Africanists, so on and so forth. What's making it so crazy is now I'm hearing them defend the fact that we the Israelites. Because when we were saying it to them, you know what I'm saying, it became an argument or it became a debate. But ever since this Vlad situation, the way he popped off, on that interview with Godfrey about Nick Cannon, so on and so forth, and then, he said something about Farrakhan and didn't want to apologize. Now, you know what I'm saying, it took him to get offended because he was in his feelings. You know what I'm saying, about that situation with Nick Cannon, because you could even tell in the tone of his voice, I had never heard him that excited or that moved by what somebody has said before. So, you take all of that, and we was telling our Kemetic brothers the whole time who we were, but they didn't want to hear it. But now that Vlad and certain other people have disrespected just us, period, you know what I mean? It really made brothers seek the truth to the point where they might not say, okay, I'm a Hebrew, so let me live by the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, but they understand secular history.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And there's no way that you can trace our history back and deny that part, even if you want to accept Egyptology and Kemet, even if you want to accept being a Moor, all of these different things. Now, instead of them just straight denying the idea that we are the Hebrews or we the true Jews. Now it has caused them to do their research to the point now where they say, you know what, we them too. And so I look at that as progress. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But they still trying to keep hold by saying, we'll let them join in. Yeah, you know what history is showing? It might have been a few of them. No, it might have been all of us.
All of us.
All of us. Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
There wasn't no pale skin folk in the Middle East.
No, sir. No, sir.
Nah, not at all, man.
Not heat. That's why they get skin cancer now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the thing about it is the reason why the imposters can survive on that side of town, now anyway, is through climate control.
Climate control.
Like this is how devious, but at the same time how innovative, they've become is, Bill Gates and all of them, they know how to manipulate weather and climate and use the materials that they have to go up into the air and to go up into the sky, you know what I mean, and manipulate the air quality and all of those kind of things, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how desperate they are to overcome their judgment. But bottom line is the Most High said it's coming anyway.
It's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. Yeah, it's inevitable.
Oh, definitely inevitable, man.
Oh, it is coming.
He said it is coming.
It is coming. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And listen, we don't have to do nothing but sit back. He didn't tell us we had to go out there and fight that battle.
That's right.
This war right here, he said, I'll let y'all know. I did a Bible study one time, and I said to the group, and I said, listen, I said, when he come, it's almost like if a grown man was messing with a child, right? And that child go home and tell his father. The father walks him back down there, but the father says, what? Stand right here.
Stand right here.
He go over there and he put in work. And he lets you see him put that work in. And I feel like that's exactly what he gonna do with us. We gonna be here for it. He gonna let us see it. He gonna say, stand right here. And he gonna go over there and start washing people. And I ain't talking about their feet.
That's the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yo, hey, dig it, Ox. That blood's gonna be up to the horse's bridle.
Right.
You hear me?
Up to the horse's bridle.
That's ugly, bro. That's
all I need is some chips and some popcorn or something, man.
Get your popcorn here. Scott Getty here.
Trying to tell you, bro.
Yo, it's crazy. The thing is too, I remember reading.
Oh, I got one more, y'all. Get your Cracker Jacks here.
We got it.
Yo, I remember reading something in the word that was saying about
that is
what was it? It was saying something in reference to, pretty much don't be happy about it or don't be laughing. But I said, I don't know if I can sit by and not laugh. He gonna probably get on me because he like, didn't I tell you don't be over there laughing?
We talk about the scripture in Proverbs where it says, rejoice when your enemy falleth.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I said I wanted my popcorn.
Yeah, bro. It's just like one of those things, bro. It's just like, enough is enough, bro. And we not that type of people, but it's just like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You brought me to this point that now I had to go get my pops. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's also scripture that was that Jeremiah, I think it's 50 or 51, where he says he's using Israel to basically cut in pieces. That is Jeremiah 51. I think it starts at verse 20. He says, I'm going to use you, talking about Israel. I'm going to use you to basically cut in pieces, the wicked.
Oh, that's when, but isn't that when he also gives us the chosen ones that he gonna use for the war, the superpowers to run up walls, to run without getting tired, all the things that we gonna do that they actually copied out of the Bible to make Superman and Spider-Man and all these superheroes. They got that stuff from the Bible.
Right.
They did.
That's right.
He's going to do the same thing he did in time past with our forefathers. He's going to do with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
As it say in the word, he's the same today and forevermore.
Forevermore.
Yeah,
Never
absolutely.
changes.
I'm gonna be walking
It
around.
might seem like it's changed, but he never changes.
Hey, Dez, I'm hoping I live to be able to walk around with the jawbone of a lion.
That's right.
I know that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But if not, hopefully my son. Hopefully my son.
Yeah.
No doubt.
What you got? Chamby? I know you got something.
Got a precept.
I got a lot of stuff.
He got a precept.
He keep it ready.
So, what Brahmar said, Jeremiah 51, start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 19.
Jeremiah 51.
Yeah. I'm gonna start at verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance, and Yah of hosts is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art my battle axe, and my weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee I will break in pieces the horse and the rider and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces the men and women. With thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young and the maid, the young man and the maid. And I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd of his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of the ox, and with thee will I break in pieces the captains and rulers.
There's a lot of breaking in pieces, ain't it?
Yeah. And you know that's twofold because they're gonna get the physical, you know, a whooping that they supposed to get. You know what I mean? But much deeper is breaking into pieces and shredding the ideologies and the teachings and the social engineering and all of those things. You know what I mean? That I mean, think about it. When you look at Deuteronomy 28 and they talk about how, you know, they will not remove the yokes of iron upon our neck until we have been destroyed. That wasn't talking about a physical destruction because we still here.
Right.
What your boy say? I forget what she was showing that song. He said, "Pick it at the horn." He said, "Pick up the pieces."
Pick up the pieces, baby. Pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? Pick up pieces. And this is where the excitement comes from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is knowing that, you know, like all of this hangs on the fact that a man reaps what he sows, y'all.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
That's really how simple it is. This is just the details of that.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Y'all get a chance to chime in. Look at that visual clip about it's showing you the clear depiction of how these cats just destroyed this earth. The cartoon. It's called The Signs of Times. It's called the clip. It's name of the clip. And you go in there and show you a cartoon of how they came about and how they just
make sure you
everything.
Make sure you put that in my text. Text that to me.
10-4.
You guys got a group text or no?
You know what? I started a group me chat called Gathering Jacob that I have not used. And it was just on my mind like a couple of days ago to go ahead on and bring that thing back out.
Oh, like, I mean, like even just like a regular one with like a bunch of us on a text. So like if we see a link of something or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I learned about the app through my school because on my job, you know what I'm saying, we have a group me and it's a chat, you know, like where we all text one another and you could put, you know, anything you want in the information. You could talk to each other, everything like that through the text. And so I'm gonna go ahead on and bring that back out and just link everybody into it. Because I got so much information, y'all. You can ask Myron. Just over the last week and a half, man, I've been releasing and sharing so much information about so many different things that it's hard to keep up with. So it helps me to be able to put it in a text or a chat, so that it can get in somebody else's hands. Because I don't even have time to read it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I try. You know what I'm saying? But I put it in the chat and send it out to people because somebody else might have more time to read it and get the all of the information that need to be gotten to share with people, because it's that's how crazy it is, bro. It's so much information out here.
Right.
But yeah, I got we you know I'll link everybody into that, you know, throughout the weekend and make sure everybody get that.
Okay.
But what's so key about you know what you were saying in the first place, you know, Mo, was, you know, like really us talking about the breaking into pieces, us talking about, you know, the weapons and war and everything like that, and how we would fight. You know, we can find the strategy right there in Ephesians 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When we go to Ephesians 6, he tells us exactly how to arm up.
That's right.
And one of the people that stay armed is Chambly. This brother got a precept for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, that's because he understands the weapons of our warfare.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, this is how we fight, y'all. You know, we fight by way of our obedience. It's the true art of war. Forget Sun Tzu and forget the book. You know what I'm saying? The Art of War. You know what I'm saying? It's some good things in it. You know what I'm saying? By Sun Tzu, but at the same time, man, everything traces right back to us. You know what I'm saying? The art of fighting without fighting.
Right. Well, I mean, it's exactly what you said, man. You know, 2 Corinthians chapter 10, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, you know what I'm saying? But they are mighty through the Most High. He's talking to Israel, you understand what I'm saying? And he's letting you know, you are not of this world. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to be trusting in horses and chariots and carnal weapons, you know what I mean? Because the Most High will fight our battle. That's why he says, vengeance is his, he shall repay. So it's just like, what's that scripture in Chronicle, I think it's Chronicles, where again the all of the nations, Moab and all of those nations gathered together against Israel, and the Most High told them, you will not have to fight in this battle. You know what I mean? And what happened? You know what I'm saying? He said, stand still and see the salvation of the Most High. We stood on a hill somewhere, and all those nations came together and fought each other and killed each other.
Yep.
And we just came over there and grabbed the spoils and kept them moving.
And listen, even with that, that's why in the word the Most High tells us to, humble ourselves and come to him, because you got to think about it. Even the tools of Esau is pretty much a warrior.
Thank you.
Right? And that was his thing, hunting, fighting. He was skilled at that thing. So even till this day, they still do that. And that's why we would never stand a chance without the Most High. We won't stand a chance just going up against them on their, when I say on their territory, meaning playing their game, getting guns and, so forth and so on. Listen, all the way down to their children, they know, they trained up how to use a gun, how to use a bow and arrow, how to fish, you get what I'm saying?
They show that to you in the movies, Mo. When you look at the movies, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger who go in and take down a whole country.
Right. Exactly. So they were given the art of war.
Yeah, that was the blessing, because there was nothing else left. Esau wasn't given land. He wasn't given his original promise.
Right.
So the Most High blessed him with the gift of the sword. That's why he was even able to take down what was it, Nimrod?
Nimrod.
Yep.
And
that's what, and back to like what Myron was saying. It's like again, we have to come together, and pray to the Most High, because that's why he's telling you to stand back. He's saying, look, you ain't gonna be able to do this without me, but when you know how to call on me, when you get the right man for the job, which is me, then you're gonna see some work. You're gonna see some fireworks then. You get what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be able to do it by just standing on their ground. They already equipped, humanly equipped with the knowledge and the things that they need. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, the last time I went fishing, it was inside my grocer's freezer. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So if the world was to stop today and all the supermarkets burnt down, listen, you know what I mean? Black folks gonna go hungry. The white man gonna survive.
Yeah.
That's right.
He'll survive. It's in his DNA.
Yeah. And
that's why when we were in the wilderness, he knew we wasn't gonna survive. He had to provide. Think about it though. Listen. If it wasn't true, then we wouldn't have been begging to go back to Egypt. Going, hey man, listen, man, they had fried chicken, the KFC over there, a Burger King. Why don't you go and send me back?
Wow.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
It really is. It is. It is.
And you think ain't nothing changed with us? Ain't nothing changed with us. Now listen, we got heart. Don't get it wrong. We got heart, but that heart also has to that heart has to pump through Yah. Period.
It does.
Period.
It does. It does. I mean, like they done perfected, the gift of the sword, and then you look at the technology and the sorcery that they linked into as well. We look back at the time of Moses when he threw the staff down. You know what I'm saying? But Pharaoh threw his staff down too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only difference is we got separated from ours, and they kept perfecting theirs.
Yeah, perfecting theirs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even linking in, through the fallen ones to get their intelligence and their intel to create stuff like CERN and all of that kind of stuff like that. Science is nothing but an exhaustive effort. You know what I'm saying? To fight against the Most High. You understand?
Oh, absolutely.
So in addition to the sword, they've linked in with the fallen ones to get this intelligence. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for us to link into the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because he has the power over that intelligence that Einstein and all of these people, have used to construct all of this warfare against our people, in addition to guns and regular weapons, but vaccines.
You're absolutely right, man. And that's why listen, what did he say? This is how you know he's talking to Esau when he said, when I do come, you go ahead and get all your people, all your men, sharpen your prune hooks and do all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's who who he's talking about, because he know what they're going to use. But if we think about it in the sense of, when we go to the Most High, and the Most High, I was telling my wife and I said, we never know what the Most High is going to do for us. Like, it could be a day where he said you're going to change in the blink of an eye. One day you might, even though he coming with his guns and stuff, he might go popping off them guns and you can actually see the bullets coming.
Matrix.
Stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? All this stuff is biblical, but that's not something that they can create. So they try to get something to create that or duplicate that, or they call on their father, what do the Bible say their father is? Hasatan. You get what I'm saying? You are your father. So they'll call on their father, hey, give us something to duplicate that. Back to what you said, when he threw his staff down and they used magic. They use magic. But what did the Bible say about that? That's even going to happen in the future. That's how we're going to get fooled. Remember when he said even the elect will be fooled. Why? Because you're going to have the Antichrist who's going to come and be able to perform all these acts and tricks. You get what I'm saying? And the people go, well, it must be him because can't nobody float.
Thank you.
Oh, it must be him. But listen, I don't care what kind of tricks you doing. If that man ain't got no dark skin, look like me, sound like me, listen, something up. The gig is up. The gig is up. Listen, that's the only reason. Listen, that's the only. It ain't about what Yahweh Shah look like. In all honesty, it's the fact that he's saying, "I got to give you a little piece of me. I got to let you understand a little bit of me, because that way you don't be fooled. If you get a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus coming down, and then and that contradicts my word of what you know my words say, then you should automatically know something ain't right. You should head for the hills. You should go the other way.
And they've committed themselves to that image because that's part of the image of the beast.
Absolutely.
That's the whole reason why you turned your radio down when you drove past it.
Yep, absolutely. Listen, man, listen, I said to them in the Bible study, I said, look, they start with us when we kids, and they have to indoctrinate us with, white Jesus. And that's why we never really had a problem with the color. They have a problem with us saying who he really is, but we never had a problem with him being white. If he was white, we didn't care. If it was real, you get what I'm saying? We didn't care. I said, but like anything else, I told him, I said, it's like a baby. When a baby is playing with something that he's not supposed to play with, right? A knife or a fork, and you don't want that baby playing with it. When you take it, that baby get the hollering, right? I said, so the white man is smart. They go, if I take it, the baby gonna get the hollering, the baby gonna start looking for it, so forth and so on. In order for you not to cry and holler and look to see who your real father is and seek him out, I'll replace him. What do we do with babies? When I don't want you to play with that, I hand you this. Now you're not going to even look for what you originally wanted to play with because I handed you something that you might have felt was equivalent to that. And you was okay with that.
But it's a distraction.
It's a distraction. So now we go, oh, wait a minute. This ain't real for me. Like, once you find out something, once you find out all this time you was adopted, most kids, I say 90% of them kids that's adopted, they go, I need to find out who my real parents is. Not that I don't love you, but I need to find out who my real parents is. So we went and seek the real Most High, and who he was.
Wow.
And there's true power in that, man. I really won't listen, man. Sometimes I feel invincible, and I'm not talking about invincible in the flesh, but invincible through Yah, where if I ain't supposed to be touched today, I ain't gonna get touched. And I got confidence in that.
All praises.
I always say, listen, if something happened to me, it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen for a purpose and a reason, because he said, listen, he do all things for the glory of him. You understand what I'm saying? But no, don't let me keep yapping, bro. I get too excited, bro. I get too excited.
Hey, listen, ain't this what we do? Ain't this what we do, fellas?
Yeah.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this a platform, man, for us all, bro. Like Mo, you already don't know you about to be speaking one night and leading a barbershop, because that's what I do, don't I?
Oh shoot!
I turn that joint over to everybody. Like the Most High just gave me the idea, but everybody on this platform, I've reached out to for the most part and been like, yo, you want to run the shop tonight?
Oh yeah, no, listen, man. Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely don't have a problem with that, man. Whatever the Most High want, man. I'm just here to be a servant. You know what I mean? How I could. You know what I mean? So whatever you guys need, man. And I'm excited. And two, I got my brother in the truth. He been in maybe shortly after me, maybe 4 years now. So I would like to, if it's all right with y'all too, pull my brother in, man. And let him jump on these too, because he lives in Texas and he pretty much by himself. So it's very hard for him to associate with people. He goes through a lot of stuff because he's a sheriff in Texas. So he kind of go through some of the same things, and all he got is really me to talk to. But this is I'm glad, you put this together, man. It's really a blessing, man, because at least you get to have that outlet, or if anybody's confused about something or want to know some information, it's good to be able to, just, kick it with the brothers and say, hey, what do you think about this? Because sometimes you can't bring certain things to the women. You get what I'm saying? You can't, it may not be appropriate. It may not be, you know what I mean? But like you said, the shop, the barbershop, hey, what do you guys think about this? Or how do I get rid of this? Or how do you understand what I'm saying? So we need this, bro. And I commend you 100%, 110% for doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely a necessity, and the Most High I've been doing the barbershop for years. It's just, I used to actually do it in a real barbershop with the guys in the community, as much as I could. And you know, by way of social media and meeting such awesome and amazing brothers like you see on this platform, you know, it kind of sort of just happened the way it did. It was pretty organic, but you know, I love it, man, because a lot of times when we come into this truth, you know, especially I could speak for myself, it was lonely in the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? It was lonely just on the basis of the ideology and the belief as it pertained to the Bible. Like, you know, you couldn't be around the average Christian because they couldn't understand what you were saying. You know what I mean? Like, so you know, you got that, and then the fact that I moved from DC to Charlotte and didn't know a soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was a very lonely walk. You know, so you know, through my wife and I doing girl chat for the women, barbershop talk for the men. We used to do something called Shabbat shout outs, where we would shout out trusted ministries in the faith, where, you know, whatever city or state you were in, if you were in that area, you know, we would give you somebody to fellowship with or recommend those things, because we understood, you know, like you guys do, I'm sure, how lonely this walk was in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
No doubt. This was blessed, man. This was blessed.
Yeah, all praise to the plug, man. I appreciate you.
It ain't,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna do nothing but grow, bro. It ain't gonna do nothing but grow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and the thing about it is, man, like, you know, it has been growing, and if I guess if everybody came on at the same time, like, I don't know how many people we would actually have on here. You know what I mean? But, you know, at any given time, man, like, the Most High be speaking like every week, man. Like, Mo, we be talking about, you know, tangible things. What do we need to prepare in case it's a blackout? You know what I mean? In case, you know, we run out of food, or we you know, they say we can't go to the grocery store. Or, you know, we be talking about, you know, okay, if we had to relocate, you know, period, from Babylon itself, you know, where could we go? You know what I'm saying? What are some countries? What are some places, you know what I mean, that we could consider, you know, moving and you know, all kinds of stuff, man. So this is a platform, you know, for us to build for real.
Even with that, you know, you guys talking about that, it's always good to prepare. But I think too, according to the word, you know, when y'all says, you know, we should be praying for wisdom and we should be praying for knowledge. He's gonna tell us our every move. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna tell us. Long as we're open to it, when something comes and you get to saying, "Yeah, what's," you know, I talk to him like that all the time. Like, something happened, I go, "Yeah, what's the next move? Like, what do you want me to do?" And I mean, I'm talking straight up like that. Like, what do you need me to do? What's next? Because I don't know what to do. And he'll give it to me, bro. Like, I'm listening, I'm waiting on that, and he'll give it to me. Or if he don't give it to me, he's gonna put it in the spirit of my wife or somebody close to me. Right. And I go, man, that was great. You know what? Yeah. So even with our preparing in the physical, if we had to up and leave, trust me, he gonna order your steps, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. It's just like David, man. David did the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, whatever move he had to make, you'd ask the Most High. You know what I mean? Should I go up and fight? Should I do this? A, B, and C. So it's like what you're saying, man. As long as we stay connected to that vine, man, we gonna be all right.
It's a guarantee. Yep. It's a guarantee. According to Romans 9, he said it was. He said it's all about us.
Right.
So when you link into the source and not be tripping off of resources,
right?
Oh yeah.
It's like when Myron brought out. Shoot, Myron brought out the Isaiah 35. What, about 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah.
2.5 weeks ago. That very next Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 35.
Okay.
And it was talking about how the desert would blossom as the rose.
Exactly right.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And that, you know, the desert would actually come alive, and the supernatural would take place in a way that, you know, we would have everything that we need. You know what I mean? But because the earth was created for our sake. So when we're in right standing with the Most High, at any point in time that we need something, it's going to be produced. I mean, like, that's the abundant life. It's not in a bank account, you know, full of money. You know what I'm saying? But But the abundant life is whatever you need in that moment, you have it because of who you serve.
You serve. Right.
Listen, you know, the Most High, I reflect back again to the word, and when you know, I think of this when they were out in the wilderness, right? Everything that Moses, every time Moses had to make the next move or the next thing, he had to go back and he had to talk to Yah about it, right? Then he come down and he tell the people. And I thought about this one day. I said, why do you think when he got down there, now he knew that it wasn't nothing but a big sea, big ocean, if he would have kept straight. But why do you think Yah told him at the last minute? Because sometimes we get a little stubborn. We go, Yah, like, you really want me to do that? Like, it's like being on the roof and I say, jump. And you go, well, if I jump, I'm going to kill myself. I'm the Most High. I said jump. So when Moses got down there next to the water, before he got to the water, if he would have known that the water was there, whatever, he probably would have questioned Yah, like, we can't cross, and they right behind us. So what you going to do? So sometimes Yah won't give it to us until the very last minute, so that we won't question it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we won't doubt it, or we won't think that, oh, maybe this is not what he wants us to do. You know, they always say, you always think that he's late, but they always say he's an on-time guy, and that's perfectly true.
Step by
because
step.
it always hit right when you need that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even if you stocked up a bunch of stuff in your house to survive, and the man come in there and he try to take that away from you, Y'all gonna tell you, hey, look, I need you to go start walking, start heading this way. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You know, or even listen, he's so amazing. I told my wife, I said, he's so amazing. You know, you could have the military coming down your block and they don't even see your house. They see your house as a burnt down, decrepit
Thank you.
spot. Nobody lives there.
That's true. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you inside praising the Most High.
Yeah.
Your lights on, it's food in your house, but they don't see that.
They don't see it. Absolutely.
So I totally 100% believe in that, bro. I really believe that's how he's going to take care of us. They didn't know that water was going to open up and he was going to be able to walk across the ocean.
Right. Right.
If they knew it, they wouldn't have been worried. They wouldn't have been tripping.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
They like, oh, shoot, he right behind us. And then I'm sure when it opened up, some of them probably was like, wait a minute, you want us to go in there? Don't you see them fish on the side?
Right.
Sharks in there and squid and you know, but the Most High, we just got to trust in them. When we trust in them with all our heart, all our mind, body, and soul, bro, it works for us, bro. It works.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Enough for me.
Nah,
how you doing, Mr. Frank?
Good,
Mr.
good.
Frank, how you doing?
You good, You good. You good. Hey, look. It's like Shaq, you know what I'm saying? If he keep dunking on Bammers, we just gonna keep feeding.
Oh.
that's how we do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, y'all could tell I ain't been around. I ain't had no company. I ain't been around no I don't know how to act.
But no, I mean that's so true, because you know, when you're operating in the spirit of the Most High, a lot of times, you know, I like to tell people that's why it's so important, you know, to continue to express the oracles of the Most High to your family and to your friends, and you know, doing it in love and not being a barbarian. But a lot of times, you know, we can get caught up in, you know, thinking that they hear our voice when we're speaking. But the bottom line is the Most High, Yeshaya said, yo, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. So a lot of times, you know, when you're talking to people about the Most High, you know, sometimes we hesitate because we think they hear our voice.
Right.
But when you know that the oracles of the Most High was committed to you and you use wisdom to express those things, you understand at the right place, right time, so on and so forth. They don't even hear your voice, man. They hear the voice of the highest.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, listen, sometimes even we think that we hear our own voice because it's too crazy, and you know that's not your character.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You go, wait a minute.
Good point.
Can I give y'all a quick testimony about something? I'm sure all the brothers that's here on this line is meant to be here on this line. And all the brothers that's in the truth are meant to be in the truth. And even if we were out there acting crazy when we were young and doing what we were doing, so forth and so on, I believe the Most High had his hands on it because, remember, he knew us since we were in the womb, right? And he knew what we were going to wind up in. He knew that we was going to accept him one day. So he kept some of us. Some of us could be dead. So he kept some of us, right? Well, you know,
Yeah.
he's been guiding me since I was young. So one day, I remember I was just getting out of high school. And I wanted a car. I'd start saving up for this car, and I had $450. And I said, all right, I'm saving up for a car. You know, back then we ain't had no banks or nothing. So I had my little knot on me. You know what I mean? Had my little 450 on me. And I just so happened to go to church. And, you know, they were passing around the plate and whatnot. And now I'm like, man. So when the plate came to me, you know, I was going to peel off a little something. But it was in my heart. I said, put it all in there. Something just told me, put it all in there. And I felt like I was trusting, even though I didn't know him as the Most High and I didn't know him as Yah of who he is today and who I was, I still trusted and believed at that point that he told me to put it in there. So I put the money in there, no doubt. Okay, cool. I put my little car money and I put it in there and I didn't really look back or think about it again. All I knew was, all right, I'm going to save this money up again I'm going to start all over. But it must be a blessing in there somehow because Yah told me, you know, I'm saying Yah now, but, you know, I felt as God told me to do it, okay? So fast forward a little bit, you know, I end up getting this car. And the funny thing is, Yah will show you that it was him. He'll give you little clues because the first car that I end up getting was $450, right? It was a little rust bucket, but I loved it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, your first car, you still feel like the man. You know, it squeaks, the brakes are bad, but hey, you the man, you riding. You see people waiting on the bus. So I'm good. I'm feeling good. My first ride was $450. Then after that, and I don't even remember saving up the second $450, but somehow it came to me quick. However, I got it. And so I you know, $450 for the car. Then when I finally sold the car, I sold it for $450. This is when I started realizing who Yah is, right? So then later on in life, he made me give away 2 cars. Now, this is when going back to what we said when I said sometimes you think that is, you know, you go, that can't be me because I wouldn't do something like that. So I had bought this car, this little hoopty to go back and forth to work, but still it cost me $5,000, right? And one day I woke up and I told my wife, I said, you won't believe what God told me to do. So she said, what? He told me to get my car. Is this kid named Brandon. Real good kid. But he was in college and, you know, he had to get back and forth. It was hard for him to go back and forth to school. He told me to get my car to Brandon. She said, which one? The one that you just got? I said, the one I just got. So I'm like, she said, well, what you gonna do? I said, I can't do nothing but give it to him, right? She said, yeah, I guess so. So, you know, I bought the car to him. I signed over the what's name because I paid $5,000 cash for it. I signed it over to him and whatnot. Gave it to him for $1 so he didn't have to pay for taxes. You know, so I was like, okay. Then I wound up getting another car, and I ended up having to give that one away. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, what's going on? Now look, I got a heart of gold, but it was actually feel like it was financially breaking me. Like you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I ain't got no money like this to just be throwing around, just giving away cards and all that other stuff. But who am I? I can't fight. You know what I mean? I can't fight. I felt like, oh boy, when he wrestled till his hip got thrown out. You know what I mean? So now, fast forward past that, I done gave away the 2 cars. I done put the money in for a car. Now, mind you, I think back and I go, I've never gotten on a bus or used public transportation or a taxi ever since that $450. I've always had a car without a moment of fail, like without a moment of, oh, I'm down, I don't have a car, right? So I'm thinking, hey, you know, you always bless me. So fast forward, I wanted this van. Myron, I don't remember if you were around when I had the van.
Yeah, I remember seeing the van.
Okay, so I bought this van. I went to this place and I've been talking about this van for a couple of years, and I said, I want one of these conversion vans, man, 9-passenger, big, had the TV, Blu-ray, everything. Like, it was nice, right? Had the bed in the back. It was nice. And I said, I want this for my family. We go on trips, whatever. So I went to this place, and I said, oh, babe, I found a place that sell them after been talking about them for years. So I found this place, and I go there, talk to the guy, and the guy was like, hey, I said, look, I want this car for this amount of money a month. I'm getting to the point. I want this car for a certain amount a month, right? And he says, okay, we'll see what we can do. He goes back there. They start working their numbers or whatever, and he comes back, and after he take my social and look up my credit, and he goes, he comes back, he goes, Mr. Morton, there seemed to be a problem. I said, what's the problem? He says, do you own a Honda Pilot? I go, yeah. He says, was it repossessed? I'm like, no, I don't have any repossessions. I said, matter of fact, I got the car. I still got it. He goes, and I go, that car is paid off. He goes, well, it's coming back that the what's name is repossessed, and the bank that we ran you through said they denied you. So I said, and before me and my wife came there, I said, if I find something I like and it works for me, then great. But I said, I already spoke to the Most High, and I said, listen, yeah, if you want me to have it, and this has been my life ever since we've been in this walk. I said, if you want me to have it, then I'll have it. If I don't, I have no, I feel no type of way. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I'll move on. It is what it is. And he knew that about my heart, right? So I said, okay, cool. So the guy says, well, you know what? I'm gonna try again on Monday, on Tuesday, because it was a holiday coming on that Monday. So I said, okay, no problem. Whatever happens, happens. I said, but look, I don't want to pay you not one penny over what I said. And I said, I don't have a repossession. So he says, okay, cool. So we go home or whatever. My wife was like, man, you really want that? It was nice. I said, yeah. I said, really, I wanted the one that we was looking for. The one that we were going to get was used. And it had the regular DVD, but it not like the new ones had the Blu-ray, a bigger TV, whatever, right? So I'm like, yeah. I said, I would like to have that new one. But I said, but if it doesn't happen, then all praises. I don't care. No big deal, right? So she's like, yeah, that's right. So then fast forward to Tuesday. Tuesday comes. She goes, hey, did the guy call you? I'm like, nah, I haven't heard from him. I said, I'm not going to force it. If they don't call, then I just don't get it. I'm not going to be, all whatever for this truck. I'm not going to let this truck run me. So she's like, yeah, no, I understand. So then finally, the guy calls me. I'm home. I'm back home. I'm talking to her from work at the time, and then I'm back home. And he calls. He goes, Mr. Morton, I don't know who you know. Is somebody up there that really loves you or something? He said, I'm going to tell you what happened, and it was amazing. I said, well, what happened? He said, all right, we ran your stuff again. We found out it wasn't no repossession on there. He said, matter of fact, what happened was a truck came in that morning. It had a brand new one on there. At the time of 2012. He said it had a brand new one on it. And he was like, so I decided to run you for that. I said, well, how much that cost? Because I know if the used one was 50, that got to be way higher. He was like, hold on, I'm going to tell you. He's like, it was 75,000. I said, bro, you ain't going to be able to keep me in my numbers with that. So he's like, no, let me tell you. He said, I don't know who you know. So then I says, well, all right, go ahead. He says, yeah, so I ran it. Your credit came back good. No repossession. We don't know what happened, why that even popped up. Then I went to my boss and I said to him, look, this guy really wants this truck and I want to have some, good news for him. What could we do for him? So the guy says his boss told him, give it to him for whatever he wants. I never even met his boss. I don't know who he is. He says, give it to him for whatever he wants. If whatever that number could come to get him in that truck, give it to him for that. He said, you know how much I had to knock off the truck, Mr. Morton? I said, what? He said, $35,000 off the truck. Plus they turned around and they gave me, I was trading in, I had a Nissan Armada, which the bottom was rusting out, like it was terrible. They turned around and gave me $12,000 for that. $35,000 off the truck. Then they gave me a $5,000 incentive. I forgot what it was, veterans or something. They gave me another $5,000 incentive off of the truck, right? So it brought the truck down tremendously, almost to nothing. And now remember what I kept saying. I don't want to pay 1 penny over this, right? My note was exactly 1 penny underneath. So I knew that wasn't nobody but the Most High. And that's why I'm saying sometimes we think that, going back to what we were saying, sometimes we think that it's us, or, it's crazy. Why is the Most High telling me to do this? But he says, I got plans for you. He set all that up and brought me to the future and brought me back. And I didn't even, what's so crazy? Myron, you know what's so crazy? I didn't even realize that until Kevin told me, Monique's husband. He said, Mo, listen, that wasn't nobody but God that was hooking you up, because of the fact that, remember, you gave away 2 cars. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't say nothing about the car. They knew about it because the people said it. The person said it. You understand what I'm saying? And he reminded me, I said, you know what? I didn't even think of that. And the guy said, I don't know. He said, the stars must align for you. This is a white guy. He's like, the stars must align for you or something, but somebody is really loving you up there or blessing you. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, for y'all to take almost 40 grand, 40 something $1,000 off this brand new truck that just came. Oh, and then on top of that, the place was an hour and a half away from my house. I said, so what y'all want me to come back and sign some paperwork? No, Mr. Morton, we're going to bring it to you. Oh, did I feel white? They said, look, we'll bring it to you. We'll bring all the paperwork. You'll sign it there. We'll take your truck and we'll drive it back. I said, well, come on down. You're the next contestant.
Wow.
But you know what?
I was going to say, that's how you know it's him, and how he like us, because black people love showing off. So especially when we good at something. That's what that penny was about. That was a show off.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's how he lets you know, like just like you say, he'll let you know it's him.
Yeah.
Yep, he absolutely will. If you remember, if you just think back to what you might have said or what you've done, you go, oh man, that wasn't nobody but the Most High. Because I kept repeating that, and I don't know why I was repeating that, but I said, look, not 1 penny, not 1 penny. And the guy said, remember you said not 1 penny over? He said, well, it's 1 penny under.
1 penny under.
1 penny under.
I said, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All praises to the Most High, man. I mean,
all praises. Hallelujah.
Listen. I got sitting right in front of me right now, Genesis 32:28, and it says, "And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but for as a prince has thou power with the Most High, and with men hast thou prevailed." So that's the key to knowing who you are, bro. Is that it says that how I say out Myron, that the earth is groaning.
That's right. The earth is in travail, groaning. Yeah. Creation groans.
It's waiting for the manifestation.
The sons of the Most High.
Or the sons of the Most High. It's not that you were never the sons of the Most High, or somehow you just newly became the sons of the Most High. You just came into the knowledge of who you were.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And so, when you think about that, man, you can only do, you got this sense of pride now, man. You got a sense of being and belonging to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matter of fact, to the point that you go, wait a minute, I was clinging to people. Now they got to cling to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but think about it, brothers. Like, and Myron and I have had this conversation too. Like, finding that balance when you come into the knowledge of who you are, and coming into the truth. And I want Hayward to understand that, because you may see some bruised, or Israelite men or women who, all of a sudden, because they know who they are and they come into the knowledge that they're Israel, it makes them real stiff and staunch. And it's almost like the spirit that the Most High drew them with, it's no longer valuable to them. So the testimonies of the supernatural and those things that the Most High does on our behalf, it's almost null and void or non-existent. But what happened is, because you didn't have the law, because you didn't have the knowledge of who you were, the Most High caused those things to work together for your good. So he had to woo you by his spirit. It's a scripture that says that the goodness of the Most High brings us unto what? Repentance.
Repentance.
You understand what I'm saying? So one thing that you're gonna find, and I'm sure brothers can speak to this in addition to what I'm saying, Haywood, is that, you know, you're gonna find those brews that, you know, when you praise or when you worship or when you talk about the testimonies of how the Most High, you know, by his power and by his spirit, you know, interceded or blessed you or brought you to a place that you couldn't bring yourself to, they're gonna be like, oh man, you a Christian. You know what I'm saying? You Christianese, or, you know, oh man, you sound like a Christian. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, I sound like a prince.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I sound like a prince. So even as you come into the knowledge of the truth of who you are, you know, learn how to eat the meat and spit out the bones. Learn how to not throw the baby out with the bathwater. You understand what I'm saying? Learn how to find balance and just weights in the things that are Most High, because he called even the evil things, what the enemy meant for evil, he turned it around for our good. So Christianity in its truest form is evil. It's pagan. You understand? It's the worship of other gods or other Allahayams. But nevertheless, us being in captivity because of the sins of our fathers, you know what I'm saying? This was the hand that we was dealt. But still, his promise was that he will pour his spirit out on you.
Right.
And so the reason why that you're even entertaining the truth and your heritage and who you are, and taking baby steps into knowing more concerning this truth, is because he's your father.
Yeah,
he's your father. You know, your Israel is the prodigal son.
Right.
We all are prodigal sons and daughters of the promise.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, brother, can I ask you, brother Haywood? Let me ask you a question. You have any kids?
I have 2 boys,
So
11 and 6.
Good. So you already have the sense of what a father would do for his child, whether it be good or bad. You know, and this is what, if we think the same way, when we think like that, is what I'm trying to say, is then we can understand more of why we, because the same thing, while you do something to your child, as far whether it's good or bad, and it's not necessarily bad, but when you have to punish your child, it's for a reason and for their good, right?
Right.
And that's the same reason why Yah does what he does to us, because he loves us enough that I don't want you to go deeper. I got to punish you. I don't want you to go deeper. And deeper could be, I don't want you to die in those sins, and then now I got to put you somewhere where you never with me, ever.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, just think, if anytime you think of something, or just think back how you would be, how you are with your children, and how you, whether it comes to loving them, blessing them with something, giving them something, disciplining them, whatever the case may be. We ain't too far from what our Father does to us.
Right.
I tell my wife that all the time, like what I want, not even just from my boys, but from her, well, just what I want from my kids, my 2 boys mostly, is what Yah wants from me.
Yeah.
And it's almost to the T. I'll say something to them and it'll make me think, like, I don't do that for my father. So like almost the way they are is a reflection. It's almost like he's showing me what I need to work on.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Is that real? Is that real?
Hallelujah.
Listen, my son did something, and my wife wanted to kill him. And if I wasn't in my right mind, I probably would have wanted to kill him with her, and we would have been both in jail. But I had to think back, and I said to myself, just like you said, brother, I had to think to myself, I said, wait a minute. I was once him. Let me come at this in a different way.
Uh-huh.
And when I reflected on it like that, the outcome came out so much better than if I would have responded with my anger. But it came out so much better. And I thank the Most High for that, because, again, when you start to reflect and see yourself in people the same way the Most High see himself in us, you know, he say we are pretty much supposed to be a reflection of him. You know, when we look to him, we're supposed to see his image looks like our image. And I'm not just talking about physically, I'm just talking about even in the spiritual things of what we do. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll truly understand, and you'll start to function that way. You know what I mean? Like I really got changed when it came to that. And my wife was appreciative too, because, you know, I could have let her loose like a Tasmanian devil, but I was like, babe, hold on, we got to think about when we was young. How would we wanted it, you know, things to be handled? Is this a talking time, or is this a whooping time? Is this a punishing time, or is it, you understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And that's how Yah does, I feel like he does with us. We don't always get punished
Absolutely.
when we should be punished. Trust me, we don't.
It's what you said earlier. I was going to say about he's the reason why I'm alive. He kept me alive.
Uh-huh.
It's like I selling drugs, tried it. He was like, "That's not you." Gangs. He was like, "Nope, you come over here." He slapped me in the back of the head a couple times. Like, "Why are you here right now? You're not supposed to be here."
Mm-hmm.
But he just kept me alive.
Right. Yes.
And my
That's
boys, once I had them, I'm sorry, I know that they part of the reason why.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, man. Because I just said to my wife not too long ago, I said, man, like as good as the Most High has been to us, you know, I can't even take credit for it, you know, because I know I still fall short. You know what I mean? But you know, a lot of times I thank him for blessing me, and I totally believe that sometimes he blesses me because of my wife and because of my children. You know what I'm saying? Like their faithfulness and their love and their purity towards him, you know, and how he feels about them. I just benefit from it.
Hey, listen. Oh man, listen. I'm so glad to have you, brother.
I benefit from it, brother. Like Pastor Kenny, whatever. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing.
Good thing.
And receives favor from the Most High, man.
Let me tell y'all right now, I truly understand that, because it's funny. I always say this to my wife, and y'all gonna find out I'm a jokester, man. I like, you know, I like keeping it funny, but I always tell my wife, I say, babe, you know, I hope, you know, that nothing ever happens to you. But if something happened to you, I hope the Most High take you a minute before he take me, so you can get up there and you can vouch for me. You get what I'm saying? Because like you said, my wife, she hold me down, man. She the one. She the one that, you know what I mean, keep me in line, keep me straight on a lot of things. So, you know, like you said, bro, he knew what he was doing when he gave us, you know, our women.
That's right. That's right.
No doubt.
He knew what he was doing. That's our rib. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shoot, I'm telling you, bro. Like that's something that I've had to, I've had to balance it, and I've also received persecution, even though I don't even talk about it. About the fact that, you know, even on the Shabbat, when I start preaching and teaching the congregation, I'll have my wife standing right beside me.
Yeah, what's wrong with that though?
And she'll preach and she'll teach, and you know, we done caught a lot of beef from the brews because they believe that women need to just shut up and sit down and be quiet.
Come on, man. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? And I've caught that. I mean, like, but I've almost, you know, quietly felt like a pioneer, because, you know, even all the way going back last year, the feast of you know, when we did the feast, man, like I was getting side eyes. I was getting, you know, looked at crazy, because I'm like, you know, my wife was standing beside me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, you don't understand the wisdom and the wisdom that this woman has, and the righteousness that I see on a daily basis. I'm talking about, and you talk about a pure heart towards the Most High, and somebody that says, you know what, I want to get better every day. You know what I'm saying? Not just from Shabbat to Shabbat, But I'm talking about on a daily basis, somebody that dies daily. I'm like, yo, this is, you know, like, I mean, the inspiration that she's been to me and my children, and being formally divorced and all of these things, man. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I listen to the bruise, it takes me back to that scripture where where Peter said, we'd rather to obey the Most High than to obey man.
Man.
Because there's a lot of Hebrews, man, that got that scripture concerning the women being silent.
Yeah.
They got it wrong, bro.
Right. Yeah.
They don't even understand the precepts. They don't understand, you know, really what that's about, man. It truly traces back, and I'm gonna keep it short. It just traces back to the husband and the wife. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you know, like, for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why Myron and other brothers to tell you, man, within this Hebraic faith, man, I give my wife so much propers, man. I shout her out so much and acquiesce, you know, to the spirit, you know, that's dealing within her, because, you know what, like, my life got drastically better when I met her. That's all I can say.
Same here.
Drastically better.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. Right there.
I'm not married, so I
We paving the way for you, young. I know.
Paving the way, showing him a good example.
Yeah, and it doesn't take away, you know, your place or your authority, because really, you know, at the end of the day, you know, a good woman of the Most High will use wisdom, and she will know when, you know, to bow out gracefully in certain things. You know what I'm saying? And she'll give you her opinion, but at the end of the day, she'll be like, you know what? Just like it came down to Adam and the Most High, and he addressed Adam and not Eve. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it is today. He hasn't changed.
Right. That's right. That's exactly right.
And the thing about it is, you know, Adam, you know, at the wrong place, wrong time, he did acquiesce to Eve. You know what I mean? But Job understood that, and when Job's wife, you know, encouraged him or endorsed him to curse the Most High and die, he called her foolish.
Foolish, you woman, you sound foolish.
so again, balance.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
No doubt.
But as y'all was talking, man, I pulled up Luke 6:36, and it says, "Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful." Again, we reap what we sow. You know what I'm saying? So, Mo, going back to the testimony that you gave, you know, concerning the cars and how you were blessed, you know, it happened because you was merciful to someone else, as your Father has been merciful to you. And you know, and you reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it's like a lot of times, man, this is how you know that when Hamashiach was talking, you know, who he was talking to when he said, you know, the kingdom is within you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because even though we didn't have the law, we were still producing kingdom.
Absolutely. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Absolutely, man. And, you know, what you're speaking is 100% true, bro. And even if we don't know what's in us, and it's there. You know, you ever see a kid or meet a kid that don't know his father, but somebody that do know his father go, you act just like your father?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually witnessed that on with my father. My father grew up without his father, right? And then met his father, met my grandfather, I think in his early 30s or whatever the case may be. I think it was the early 30s when he first met his father. And bro, my dad, I mean, they walk alike, talk alike, dressed alike. It was unbelievable. And, you know, and they looked exactly alike. But again, you know, this is not having met his father ever until he was like in his 30s. But he had the same exact attributes as his father. Like I said, he walked like him, talked like him, dressed like him, the whole 9 yards. So it was like looking at a twin. But, you know, it was bugged out that he never knew him. Never knew him.
Now you understand why they don't want us to come into the truth.
Listen, absolutely, and we're that's why we so much like the prodigal son, because even when the prodigal son left out there, wild out, he still knew he was the son of a king. When he came back, it didn't change who he was. He was out of character. You understand what I'm saying? But it didn't change who he was. No, and we that's what they did to us, where they took us and they go, you know what? Maybe if I throw some dirt on them, they won't realize who they really are until they wash that dirt off. Then when we wash the dirt off, we get back to what our original thing was. This ain't new for us. It's our original thing. It was already there. It was already in us. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So now when you get to see a true identity, when you get to see a true face in that mirror, you go, wow, this is what I look like. This is me. Yes. You know what I mean? Welcome to the new me.
Welcome to the new me. I mean, you know, I think I'm gonna preach a message one day called "The Ultimate Cover-Up."
Oh, definitely, bro.
You know,
definitely
the ultimate cover-up. You know, but as we get ready to close out, one of the things that we do, Mo and Hayward, is we always just go around the room, man, and we give, you know, each brother a chance to just, you know, give an encouraging word, or if it's anything that you learned or anything, you know, we just give you the floor and give you a few minutes to just speak your heart as we get ready to close out the shop. And that's something that we're going to do. But I just want to take one more moment, Hayward, to give you the floor, man, and just, you know, is there a specific question or a specific meditation that you've been thinking or wondering or needed an answer to that you like, yo, you know, if I had this answer, or I've been thinking about this, you know, it would be cool if I had an answer to that question or that meditation. Is there anything that comes to mind now? If not, you know, feel free to reach out to us later, but I just wanted to ask that question before we close out.
Okay, I appreciate that. I did have one thing that I'm sure all of y'all could give me some advice with. Reading my Bible. Of course, I can start from Genesis. I've done that. I prayed and opened it up and see where it fell at. But just somebody like I'm sure y'all know people that grew up in the church, grew up reading the Bible, but it's totally different now. So my thing is, like, I know it's kind of I mean, where do I start, basically? But and not really start, but
where can you find your stride?
Definitely, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm gonna talk.
I wrote down the scriptures y'all mentioned. I'm definitely gonna go back to those. But
I'm gonna start with Myron and Chambly, and then I'm gonna go from there. But great question. Great question.
I would say start at the beginning, but like correlate it with something. Like starting in the Tanakh or starting in the Old Testament. And then
Speak in layman's terms, please.
All right, so start in the Old Testament, but correlate it with something in the New Testament that can match it, or I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I made a reading plan.
It makes sense. I just don't know what you're talking about.
I made a reading plan, and you'll see.
Listen, you're dealing with a scholar. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just to you know, put a plug out there is talk a little bit, Chambly, about what you're doing right now with your 85 days.
Right. That's exactly where he's about to go. Yeah.
So I made like a reading plan, going through the law, the Gospels, and Acts, going through 85 days reading, and then days of reflection, to pretty much to meditate on what you read and catch up on anything. And yeah, pretty much.
Can you make sure he gets that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll send it to whatchamacallit, and then give it to you.
Cool.
Brianna, give it to you.
Okay. And that'll be a great, you know, and honestly, what he has, that'll be a great help. And I believe it was created for such a time as this, to be honest with you. And when you read it, if you know, he's going to get that to you. When you read, bro, just, you know, I mean, I know you're sincere in heart. Just pray and ask the Most High to guide you, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To guide you in your reading. Give you clarity and for those things that you need. You know what I mean? You don't have to. The thing is, don't strive to know everything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about not seeking those things that are too hard for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't strive to know everything. Just pray and ask the Most High to guide you in your reading, and He will give you exactly what you need for that moment. Don't be, don't because you hear another brother, speaking eloquently over here, or this brother speaking something else over here, and you feel like the small man in the room because I don't know what he knows. Don't worry about any of that, man. You know what I mean? The fact that you're sincere and you want to walk the walk is enough. Just pray and ask the Most High to guide you, bro, and trust me, He will entreat you. He will entreat you.
And let the Holy Spirit just pretty much teach you how you read.
Exactly right.
And let the Holy Spirit this book is more than just physical. His book is spiritual, and his book is alive, and it's moving. So John 6:63, the spirit quicketh. It is the spirit that quicketh, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. So this book is our life. This book gives us life, and this book renews our lives and converts us into life and shows us how to live.
Right.
Hallelujah.
And that's exactly what it is. It's going to show you how to live and navigate life as is, you know what I mean? In order for us to give glory to the Most High, to point us back to the Most High. You know what I mean? So it's going to show you how to navigate life as is.
No doubt.
Right. I mean, it goes back. I mean, I think about being born again, because I was baptized in the Baptist church. It felt nothing like I feel now. Like I gotta learn, like the words y'all use. I don't know. It's like I gotta learn that language. I gotta learn how to walk all over.
That's right.
I feel born again now.
Right. Right.
Oh, hallelujah.
You know what I'm saying? Before I definitely didn't.
Right.
What you say, Mo?
I say that's because he's truly born again.
That's right.
Anybody else have any suggestions where he should start?
I would say too, he can try this because in the beginning for me too, when after Christianity, because you leave the church house, I ain't do much reading. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and say, I was in that word and so forth and so on. But it wasn't like that. But I started to when I started to read more was just based on the fact I started putting myself or putting us in that word and realizing he was talking to us, which made things even more interesting and made you're going to start to get that hunger. That hunger going to start to build up, and you're going to want to feed yourself with that. You know what I mean? So what I started to do just to kind of make myself read every day, I got a Bible app on my phone, and every day it'll give you a word, but it'll tell you, okay, you can read the little word or whatever, but that it says, or it says I could read the full, go to the full chapter. So what I would do was wherever that word was, I would read that full chapter or read two of those. You get what I'm saying? I just made sure first I made the thing a habit of reading, get into the habit of reading, get into the habit of reading. Because, they taught us not to read. They taught us not to like that. Meanwhile, they were doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So now, we have to kind of recondition ourselves into what we're supposed to be doing. And that's how it kind of worked out for me to where I started reading and getting to all these things. But then again, back to my wife, she got a zillion books, like a zillion. And, so she keep me abreast and, we read together. If you read with your wife, you get what I'm saying? And you start to form that habit, and then you'll find he'll give you the way.
Absolutely.
Yep. It'll be like muscle memory, bro. Straight up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And just know, bro, if you ever feel stuck or whatever the case may be, just know you have brothers that got your back.
100%.
Straight up. Don't ever feel like, you know, you in this by yourself. You are not by yourself, man.
That's so important.
Brothers who have your back. It's extremely important. Trust me, we got your back. You can always give me a call. I mean, Chambly, Pastor Kenny, Frank, any one of us, you know, even Mo now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But seriously, you have a support system, bro.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that truly has your back. You're not, you know, don't ever feel like you in this alone. Don't ever feel like you can't call and ask a question or whatever the case may be. Nah, bro, we got you. Like, for real, for real.
All praises. All praises.
All praises.
I know personally, just listening to you, you know, talk from the beginning, you know, Hayward, one of the people that you mentioned in the scripture was David. Any scripture concerning David, I would encourage you to start with that. Read that.
I mean, that's exactly where I started.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
so,
like continue in that. I'm talking about the Psalms, the Proverbs, you know, the history of David, you know, where he started as a shepherd boy, you know what I'm saying, on his way to kingship. You know, I mean, you said it. To me, that's a great place to start. You know what I'm saying? You spoke it out of your own mouth. So
that's what my wife told me to start.
I just listen, man. A lot of times, man, what I've learned is if you ask open-ended questions, you know, that individual will come up with the answer themselves. And that's key, because, you know, when you come up with the answer, it's linked to the revelation, and you'll stick with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you know, I don't want people to come into the truth and serve the Most High because I told them to. You know what I'm saying? I want them to come into the truth and serve the Most High because that's what they want to do. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, people will have the remedy or the answer to their own question if you let them talk long enough, or if you just listen to what they're saying. You know, and every suggestion that was given to you is perfect. You understand what I'm saying? It's up to you. You know, but I heard you say David, and so what you know, an amazing example. You know, to start with. You know what I'm saying? And like Myron and Mo said, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so many. Listen, we don't have no excuse, bro. You could download a Bible app and start with the word of the day, and that's so key what you said, Mo. It's because my wife had that experience where when she came into the truth, she went to Bible college, she went to seminary school, she went to all of that stuff, and she was indoctrinated with Christianity. But the thing about it is, when she came into the truth, that night that she came into the truth, she woke up in the middle of the night and she began to preach the gospel. She began to, in the bed, sitting in the bed, begin to go back through all of the scriptures, all of the testimonies, all of the stories. But she was like, now, instead of, you know, seeing it through the heathen or the Gentile mindset, I know he's talking specifically to me. So now I put myself in the scripture. You know what I'm saying? And so that was so powerful, and such a confirmation to how things change when you come into the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, Myron talking about, you know, how just being led and understanding, you know what I'm saying, that you can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? In the most high, you can't go wrong.
Listen, it's one of those things when you start to once you woke up, you start to actually see these words different than what you saw, like you said, with your wife. I can't believe that, you know, some of the things that I've been read them maybe 100 times, heard them before, never understood it, and all of a sudden I go, it's like an epiphany. I go, I understand what that's saying. I never knew what it said. I never knew what that meant before. It's amazing, bro. You clearly just wake up, but he said, "He who hath ears, let him hear. He who hath eyes to see, let him see." So once we decided to take off the blinders and we started to see things for what it was, that word started to ring true. You started to understand the language.
That's right. That's right. Yep. That's what it is, man. And he's gonna do the same for you. He's gonna do the same for you, Hayward, man. Trust me. He's gonna do the same for you, man. Like I said, you just allow yourself to be guided by the Spirit, man. He's gonna do it for you, bro. Trust me. He did it for all of us. And again, Most High's not gonna put anything in front of you for you to stumble, man. He wants you to get to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants you to get to him. So trust me, he's gonna make it available for you, man. That's it. All you gotta do is be willing, which we see you are, you know what I mean? And he's gonna make it available for you, man. You know what I mean? Because you a child, his child, man. You're a child of the kingdom, bro.
And also, just being around the brothers and iron sharpening iron, you're going to start to get an understanding, truly understanding what different things mean. You know, all of us have a different gift and a different insight, and that's the way y'all wanted it, because we all not going to have the same thing. You know, one of us going to have the power to heal, the other one going to have the power to be invisible, the other one going to have the power to know how to see things, the other one going, you get what I'm saying? But it all works for all of us. You get what I'm saying? When I say that, meaning, so when, it's going to be a lot of stuff that one of these brothers on here going to be able to tell you, and I might try to explain it to you, and you go, I still don't understand. But then somebody else going to be able to say it, and they're going to be able to make you understand, in layman's terms, to the point you're going to start to be able to unravel everything, unravel the words yourself, and say, man, now I know what that means. Now I understand. Now that makes sense. Now I know that's talking about me. Now I know that's talking about our people.
That's right.
That's right.
So,
and don't feel the pressure.
Like the brother said, it's gonna come in time, man. It's like nobody's gonna pressure you here, bro. We all sat in that same seat, bro.
Yeah.
In that same seat. And I don't profess to be no scholar. If I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something. I don't mind being corrected. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be the one going spreading the wrong thing.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And it don't be right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
And just coming to the knowledge, even as it pertains to the language, man, coming to the knowledge, at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? I will encourage you, look past the Yiddish and the modern Hebrew and seek after the ancient Hebrew, which any of these brothers on here can help you with. But sometimes, man, just one word at a time, just looking up one word at a time and saying what it means at your own pace. The Hebrew is powerful.
Yes.
It's amazing. It gives you full understanding. At the same time, we don't want to put the most high in the box and make the Hebrew a religion or a barometer as to how righteous you are or how righteous you are not, because I refuse to put the most high in the box. He said with stammering lips and another tongue would I speak to my people. You understand? So it doesn't matter what language you find yourself in, he gonna speak. You understand? And it's because he said so. You feel me? So grow your vernacular and your Hebrew at a good pace. You know what I mean? Don't totally ignore it. But also don't make it an idol. You feel me? Because a lot of our brothers are kind of sort of, that's a whole nother conversation, but you're in the you're in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things that can so easily beset us, the scripture says, lay every weight aside, and that sin that so easily besets us. One of the biggest sins within Israel is covetousness.
Yeah.
You understand? Looking at what somebody else is doing and how they doing it, and then you saying, you know what, I got to do it like that because that looks righteous or because that looks successful. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to stand before the Most High, and you got to give an account for your own life and for your own journey and for your own responsibilities towards Him, because He places us in the body as it pleases Him. So keeping your head straight and focused and not getting into a competition, and all of these different things like that, and trying to press yourself to know certain things beyond, what the Most High is calling you to deal with. I could speak to that personally because I was a pastor in the Christian church. And so as I made the transition, I just slowed it down, man. And I wasn't looking at the fact that, you know, the Hebrew man was teaching all of these different things. All I knew was the Sabbath. So as a pastor, that's all I preached. You understand what I'm saying? I knew I was Israel. I knew I was the people, and I knew we was the people. And I had a revelation and an understanding on the Sabbath. So I just preached that. And in my own time, I grew my scholarship, you know, according to the Most High. And I didn't base it on what somebody else was saying or doing. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I've always been that brother that, you know, 10 dudes can be walking down the street one way, but I'm that dude that's gonna walk the opposite way, or I'm gonna stand still. You know what I'm saying?
It's always been me.
So if that be you, then you understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Don't covet, bro. Don't be on YouTube and Facebook looking at 1,000 different videos trying to cram knowledge and information. You know what I'm saying? Getting that word yourself, you understand? And as the Most High reveals things to you and shows things to you, whoever is confirming what the Most High is saying to you by that word, that's who you rock with, essentially. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if there's anybody else that can add to that, or, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, the floor is open.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, I just want them to know that, you know, when we all start out, we got to start with milk. You'll never give, and I'm not calling you a baby, but I'm saying you're young in this, you're new, and I'm still a baby.
No, yeah, I am a baby.
Yeah, you know, 6 years for me is not a long time, so I still consider myself a student and learning, and that's never going to stop. But when you're a baby, we all know that a baby has to start with milk. He has to start with the basics, and you can't just give a baby a steak. But we know one day he'll be eating that steak. He'll have the tools to eat that steak, which is key. You understand what I'm saying? So eventually you'll grow to have those tools. So right now, you know, you're gonna have to get fed by somebody, you know, which is these brothers right here with the knowledge, man. You gotta come and get that knowledge. When you're hungry, you pick up that phone. Hey bro, hey, you know, what this mean, or, you know, so forth and so on. Listen, nobody's gonna embarrass you, man. This ain't that old stuff we you know, not like that.
I'm still learning. I'm still learning too.
Yeah, that's lame, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been walking this thing for 4 years. I'm still learning, and I'm loving every minute of it, man.
Yeah.
All students.
All still
Yes,
students.
yes. You want to be patient enough to let her have her perfect work. You understand what I'm saying? Like learning scriptures and stuff in scriptures just so that you can regurgitate them is not enough. But you want to have an experience with that word that you read and that you hear and that you begin to comprehend. You know, have an experience with it. And a lot of times within my congregation, man, I'll stay on the same word for a whole year. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll go through those same scriptures and add precepts to it. And as I begin to see people having an experience with that word to where their life is being changed, then I know whether I need to move on or not. You know what I'm saying? But that's you know, kind of how I would suggest you rock and roll with the Most High, man. It's relationship. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about relationship.
And to add on to that, you know, have a real intimacy with the scriptures, and just know that this book knows you better than you know yourself. So everything that you try to hide from people, that you even try to hide to yourself, this book is going to reveal it to you. So we just got to be humble, you know what I'm saying, to receive what this book is saying. So this book is living.
That's right.
And I'm gonna quote this DMX song from this movie.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Gotta crawl and walk. That talk. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. and that's it. That's all I'm taking.
As you can see in his face, man, his age ain't nothing but a number, man.
That's it, right?
You know what I'm saying? It's some old foolish people out here, man. They old, but they foolish as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some young brothers like Chambly and his cousin McDuffie and Willie, you know, to where, you know, we call them the firm because, you know, such young brothers that's on fire for the Most High, but they solid. Solid. You know what I'm saying? And they can teach the elderly. You know what I'm saying? David said that through thy precepts, I get understanding and I hate every false way. And he goes on to say in Psalms 119 that I know more, you know, than my teachers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know more than those that came before me because of your precepts. You know, but those precepts came by way of relationship. And so, you know, like you said, that the same relationship that you have with your sons is the same relationship that the Father wants to have with you. And as long as you don't forget that and you don't let anybody else talk you out of that, you always gonna stay on the path, bro.
That's right. That's right.
You always gonna stay on the path. So listen, man, I told y'all I was gonna keep this short because I had to travel tomorrow, but you know what I mean?
You know what?
You know what?
It was my fault. It was my fault. I'm bad.
Hey,
you need to stop saying that because every time you say that,
I do. Right. You're right. I do. Because even when I say it, my wife, her face be like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. But it's you know, it's the spirit, man. I mean, this was, you know, just another classic barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, you know, a lot of times we have, you know, more than this, but this is who the Most High meant for to be in the shop tonight.
Right.
And so, you know, we all come to get lined up. You feel me?
No doubt. Praises.
So, I'm gonna start with Frank, man. As we close out, I call him Frank the Tank. I hope I don't insult you when I say that.
You don't. Not at all.
I say that as my
not at all.
I say that as
I enjoy it. I like it.
Yeah, my big
I love
brother.
it, matter of fact.
Yeah, my big brother from DC. You know, you know how it goes. Southeast, baby.
Yeah, Southeast.
Yeah. So I appreciate you.
Thank you all. I enjoy being part of Barbershop Talks. I'm glad someone let me know where to go to because I was like, well, where am I supposed to go? Thanks, Josh. I got it. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All praises, man. You know, Frank is a man of few words, but his spirit and the presence that he carries, you know, from the Most High is contagious, man. And you know, just coming into your home, man, that was one of the best. That was a life experience, being, you know, invited into your home on that Shabbat, and the love and the fellowship that came with it. You know what I mean? I felt every bit of your heart and your intentions in that, and I'll forever be grateful for that. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. And that's on behalf of my wife too, because she still talk about it, bro. She be like, man, one of the best experiences ever. You know what I'm saying?
It was dope. It was definitely dope.
It was dope. It was dope. No doubt, man. So thank you, Frank.
Anytime.
All praises. I'm gonna throw it right back to Myron and Chambly to give just a couple of finishing words as we close out.
Nah, man, I'm gonna keep it short, man. This was blessed, man. This was really blessed, you know. All praises, you know, for Hayward coming on, and my man Mo.
Yeah,
love you, Mo, man. Can't wait to see you, brother.
Love y'all too, man.
No doubt. Can't wait to see you, man. You and Lorena, man. Y'all blessed, man. Y'all, I don't even know.
That's
but now, just another, like you said, another classic barbershop, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm all lined up, fresh to death.
Yes, sir. So, fresh to death. Like $1 million. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, bruh.
You gotta hold it down for McDuffie because he wasn't here tonight. So you got, you know.
Yeah, that man's in Sakote.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So pretty much, you know, don't be double-minded. Love the Most High, keep His commandments, fear, and have the faith of the Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read this script, James 4. I'm gonna start at verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulterers, Know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Or whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Do ye think that the scripture says in vain, the spirit that dwells in us lusteth to envy? But he give more grace, wherefore he says Elohim resisteth the proud, but give grace unto the humble. Submit yourself therefore to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Come on.
So pretty much, yeah, man. Submit to the Most High. Have faith in my shot. Hate the ways of this world. Don't submit to the ways of this world, but submit to him. And cleanse your hands. And when we draw closer to the Most High is going to teach us everything that we need to know. He's going to teach our hands for war, our fingers to combat, and how we are going to deal with not just the physical constraints, but the spiritual matters and how we face and combat those. And yeah, man, that's it, son.
When you say Mashiach, what's that?
Messiah.
Messiah.
That's the Messiah. Yes, sir.
Listen, they say it with the southern twang. They say Mashiach. I say Hamashiach. That's northern right there. That's northern. Up north.
Oh my goodness. So let me know I'm the Nigerian.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool.
Remember, we're recording. I just gotta say this because we're recording. All right. So the Most High is good. Mashiach is real, and this place is gonna burn. So
you know it.
That's the staple. Listen, man. All praise to the Most High. Chambly, I appreciate your growth, man. You know what I'm saying? You done come a long ways, bro. We see you on a weekly basis growing in the Most High, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man.
All praises.
All praises.
I appreciate it.
And I want to thank you guys for, having me on. I thank my brother Myron for the invite. He invited me a while ago, but I didn't think I was going to be able to fit it in. And I'm glad the Most High allowed me to do it. But I thank you guys for the, for the knowledge, the wisdom, and the fellowship. So I appreciate it. I'll be on, and I may have a guest with me next week. My brother, hopefully.
No doubt, Mo. No doubt. Love you, my dude.
Much
love.
love.
Love y'all.
Much love, brother.
Much love.
No doubt about it, man.
Pastor Kenneth.
Yes, sir.
And our brother DeAndre Pendergrass, he's in your city. So he might reach out to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
All right.
Appreciate that. So to everybody, man, it ain't really too much to say. I just appreciate y'all. And I use these Thursday nights, man, as an opportunity to get fed and get filled up before I got to go and stand before the congregation and teach, man. And, just know that you're valuable, know that you matter, know that every flaw is an opportunity for the Most High to refine you and show himself unto you. Never doubt yourself, unless you're going away from the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? But just believe, that you are who he says you are, and that, without us, this world would already have perished.
That's right.
Right. This world would have perished a long time ago. And so, they realize that they need us, but we've come into the realization that the Most High needs us more.
That's right. That's right.
And so let's obey the Most High and not man. And I think we'll be all right. I mean, it's a natural progression to come out from among her the more you get to know him.
That's right.
And what his expectations are. And the fact that within a relationship, you understand that it takes two. You understand what I'm saying? And Hamashiach came and modeled how we are to operate in this society in which we live in. And if we just follow him, he said that he will make us fishers of men. And so, you know, my mantra is let's go fishing, man.
Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. What up?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You say that I've been fishing so much since this pandemic started. That's like the one thing I try to do 2 times a week at least is fish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, my man.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. And that reminds me to Mo, to Haywood, and all of you guys. I did plan a barbershop retreat at a lake house for the weekend of November 13th through the 15th. I've already emailed out forms to some brothers, and they've responded. The cost for the whole weekend is $175, but that includes all accommodations and food. And it's just going to be an opportunity for us to come together and fellowship and build, you know, away from the family, away from the children and the wives, and just, you know, get stronger and build each other up. You know, it's a platform for us to really be real about, you know, what we're dealing with and how to grow. And I encourage you guys to support, you know, that particular event and come out. It's I think the place that we're going to be at, it holds up to 15. So it'll be intimate. It'll be, you know, for those who come to the barbershop. It's not for those who, you know, you just want to invite them just to invite them. This is barbershop only. If you supported the barbershop, if you've been here, if you have a heart for building with the men, then this is the perfect event and opportunity for you. And you know, $175 if you need any assistance or whatever the case may be. You know, we're a family, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down. So the people that's supposed to be there, you know, we pray that the Most High willing that they be there. Pastor Rhonda, she doing the same thing with the girls and the girl chat. They doing theirs the last weekend of October.
Right.
So all monies are due by that last weekend of October. Again, if you have, you know, some of it, but you want to be there, let me know so I can send you the form. You fill it out, give what you have, and the Most High will take care of the rest. You understand what I'm saying?
Brother, when is it again?
November 13 through 15.
And it's down there by you guys, right?
Yes, sir. We'll be in Lake Norman, in one of the lake houses in Lake Norman.
Okay.
And so once you fill out the form, you'll get a response that we received your form. You know, talking about food, making sure you don't have any allergies and everything like that. One of our ox, Damien is going to chef it up and be a blessing to us because he has the gift of cooking. So he's doing the girl chat and he wanted to do barbershop. So his skills and his menu is very endless. You know what I'm saying? He could do it all. So this is going to be an amazing experience, and the Most High put it on our heart to do this for Girl Chat and Barbershop Talk because, you know, it's another opportunity for us not to forsake ourselves from assembling, as the scripture so encouraged us to do. And so if everybody on this call, man, if y'all can make it, if y'all can be there, it's much appreciated.
When is the women's one? Is it?
The women's one is the weekend. It's the end of the month. It's the last weekend of the month. I'm not sure if all spots are fit because you know how women are, man. They bum rush. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if it's to capacity, but Mo, if your wife is interested, you know, let me know. If you, Myron, can you make sure Mo gets my contact?
Yep, most definitely.
Okay, and we can work it out from there. But this is just one. We've had a barbershop cookout, barbershop girl chat cookout in High Point. Was it High Point?
Greensboro.
Greensboro, yeah, we was in Greensboro, and it was amazing, man. It was fun, and we don't want to wait till the feast days. We don't want to wait for funerals. You know what I'm saying? To gather every opportunity that Pastor Veronda and I get a chance to gather with y'all. We look to make the most of it, especially, you know, now that, you know, a lot of us work remote. You know, it's been a blessing for me as an elementary school teacher to be able to work remote because it's allowed me actually like lay some more foundation and get some things together for the kingdom and for the ministry. So this is just yet another opportunity for us to grow together.
Absolutely.
No doubt. I was hoping that it was closer or the same weekend around the men, because we way up here. What are we from, y'all? 12 hours?
Nah, brother. You're only 8 hours, man.
Hey, he said 12.
Wait. So I'm thinking, y'all North Carolina or South Carolina?
North
Carolina.
Oh, you're North. Okay, yeah. So 8 hours from there. Okay.
And really, from the time you come into North Carolina, Charlotte is maybe 2 hours.
Right.
Cary is north of Charlotte, right?
Right. Yeah. Is Cary north of Charlotte? It's
north. Is it east? Northwest?
Northeast.
Northeast. Yeah.
Northeast.
Yeah. So, but that's a plane ride up.
Bro, listen, y'all still working with me. I don't mess with planes heavy. He's still working with me. Bro, I drive. Remember, I told you I got that van, bro. That was our plane.
Yeah.
When I got the van, I named it Ground Force One.
Yes, sir. Ground Force One.
That's it. I don't do planes too heavy, bro. So I would have to definitely try to drive down there, man. I hope it's something I can do, but it's kind of short notice, especially with my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how things is with the holidays coming up, their holidays anyway. But it still affects me on my calendar.
I do. Yeah.
But
It'll be more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we don't like operate on, a clock where everything has to be mechanical. You know what I'm saying? Like Mo, you could be like, yo, this is the weekend that I can make it down there, and then you come on the barbershop and let us know, and we'll make it a weekend.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, I love that.
Word up. No doubt.
For sure. So, again, man, all praises to the Most High first, and His Son, our Savior, and our Deliverer. And again, man, this has been a classic, man, and each and every one of you are special, man. And I thank the Most High for you. I thank Him for your life. I thank Him for preserving you. I thank Him for bringing you through all of the tribulation and the trials that He's brought you through. And, we're here for a time such as this, the same time that the disciples, longed and wished to be a part of. And so the Most High has entrusted us as His flock to do what the disciples did. And the scripture even say that we will do what Hamashiach did and even greater, not that we're greater than Him, but in numbers, we will accomplish His will together in unity. So to all of the brothers that were not able to make it to the barbershop tonight, A Better Day Ministry, lots of Hebrew heritage, Judah, the Hebraic faith, all of the ministries that support Restoration Center Charlotte, man, we give y'all the most sincere shout out tonight, and we thank y'all. And y'all know how we do, at the end of the day, when I count to 3, y'all know what we say. All right, y'all ready?
No doubt.
1, 2, 3. Make the Most High the Most High in your life. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. Shalom.
Mo, I'm gonna get you Pastor Kenny's info, all right?
Hey, Hayward.
Thank you, brother.
Mo and Hayward, thank y'all, man. Y'all
appreciate y'all so much.
Made this what it is. Y'all made this what it was tonight, man. Thank you.
Nah, man, thank you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hallelujah.
Good night. Thank you.
Shalom.
Shalom.